It is a beautiful day at War Memorial Stadium as we get you set for today's 2A state championship football game. I'm RJ Hawk along with Wes Moore. And Wes, you've got two teams in Bigelow and East Poinsett County that are almost identical. They come on different sides of the state, but boy, this ought to be a fun football game.
Combined 25-1. You got Bigelow at 13-0, EPC at 12-1. Very similar teams, both looking for the first state championship in school history. Both have head coaches that went to school there and take a lot of pride in being the head coach, and it would mean so much to those head coaches to win the first state title. Heck, it would mean a whole lot to the team, the community, to win that first state title.
Think about Bigelow and the road, the years that it's taken for them to get here. In 2019, this was a team that did not win a football game. Since that point, they've gone 32-4 since that point. It's just an amazing turnaround.
Yeah, I thought it was funny when Coach Luke Starks was asked about that turnaround and the job that he's done in turning this program around. He said, well, I can't really say much about the former head coach because it was my dad.
Yeah, exactly.
he didn't want to, take a lot of credit because I'm the guy who turned this around. He was quick to point out his dad did a lot of great things at Bigelow. And you look since 2019, this has been one of the best teams in the state in 2A. They finally get their chance to win the state title today. They're a bunch of winners. This team won a basketball championship, or some of these players won a basketball championship earlier this year. They've got golfers that won a state championship. They got some kids that played on the baseball team that lost in the state championship game. So a lot of guys who know how to win playing today.
On the other side of East Poinsett County, this is a team that has made the semifinals year after year. They just can't get over the hump, and they've got a good one who we'll talk about a little bit later in Dennis Gaines.
And we're going to hit on him, but it all starts, it ends with Dennis Gaines. This is a 2A game. He plays defense too. He's their leading tackler. He's their leading rusher. Let's take a look at how these, we will take a look at how these teams got here in a few minutes, but it's an impressive path for both.
Well, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will go across the brackets and check out keys to the game as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
You've spent years exploring Arkansas with us. Did you know Arkansas PBS is also here to help you explore your financial options to be more prepared for the future? Almost 2/3 of Americans don't have a will in place. Your thoughtful planning of a will or trust can help protect you and your family. It can also help guide the future of public television in Arkansas. Explore your options. Request a free estate planning booklet from Arkansas PBS today.
For students, it's always more fun to include the arts when you're learning. I mean, just to have expression, to see different forms of entertainment, it always just makes it more fun. And when I heard that my mother was recording different sections that teachers were going to see, I was excited for the students who will get to use it in their classroom.
Arkansas PBS is a place where everyone can see themselves, where everyone can find themselves, where everyone can be a part of something bigger than themselves.
The commitment it takes to be a winner on the field is the same as the commitment Centennial shows its customers. Patience, perseverance, commitment, and resilience are key ingredients for success, both on and off the field. Whether you're cheering on your home team or needing encouragement starting a new business, let Centennial Bank help you make plans for your future. Centennial, for all of life's moments. Member FDIC.
Getting you set for the 2A state championship game between East Poinsett County and Bigelow. Let's go ahead and check out the brackets for both these two teams. We'll first start with Bigelow and Wes. How'd they both get here?
Well, Bigelow had a tough path to get to the state championships, but you see the first game, no problems with Mount Ida winning 41-13. And then Des Arc, Des-Arc's got a tough team, and they're tough to prepare for, but 34-14, a 20-point victory. And then Mark Tree, a very good team from Northeast Arkansas that EPC's very familiar with, knocked them off by 16 points.
And, really this offense is really run through Rhett Newmeyer, the quarterback, the senior quarterback, Wes. He is a do-it-all quarterback at the 2A level.
I look at that 27 touchdown passes, 2,170 yards. Keep an eye on number 5 today.
On the other side, East Poinsett County, 12-1 on the season. Their path to the finals Wes, it was not as hard as Bigelow, but they still had a few tests along the way.
And knocked off Bearden 50-14. Bearden's up and coming. Not there yet, but they're getting there. Then they knocked off Conway Christian. Conway Christian's a good team. They had a chance to win their conference, but they win that game by 2 touchdowns, 34-20. And then Carlisle, a team that was in the finals last year, 26-21. Carlisle was leading at the half. EPC comes back to beat them on their home turf, 26-21. Tested in the semifinals, no doubt about it, for East Poinsett County.
And we talked about Dennis Gaines just a moment ago. There he is, 258 carries, over 1,800 yards. Wes, this is a guy in his junior year. He set the single-season rushing record in the state.
Yeah. Almost 3,000 yards?
Yeah, 3,232.
Yeah, only 1,800. And I'm laughing. Yeah. Only 1,800. He hasn't had to carry the ball as much. Yeah. They've had some blowouts this year. They've been able to rest him up a little bit. He is ready to go. Defense, you're going to see him also. He leads the team in tackles, 85 tackles on defense from his linebacker spot.
Well, let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team today. Tyler Cass is standing down on the sidelines. Tyler, it's probably good you weren't here last night because we had monsoon rains, much better situation today.
Yeah, guys, look, it's dry down here. The sun is cracking through the clouds. It's kind of perfect December football weather, and you can tell from the crowds as well that these are two programs just hungry for that first state championship. I know Bigelow, about 25 miles away? The whole town might be here. EPC, they had to go over 100 miles, but both have been really loud. They just had the field goal kicking competition beforehand, and both student sections and cheering bases cheering real loud just for that. So they're ready to get this game going, ready to crown someone a first-time state champion.
Thank you, Tyler. As the captains were at midfield, East Poinsett County, they won the toss. They're going to elect to receive the football to start this 2A state championship game. Wes, before we get things going, keys to the game for both these two teams.
Well, for Bigelow, you got to get the offense going early. You know, this is a team that they can basically put up the points quickly, but you want to get off to a good start. There are a lot of nerves in this state championship game. You want to get off to a fast start. And then, of course, they got to stop Gaines. Everyone knows EPC's going to run the ball. How can you stop this rushing attack? Bigelow's offense gets a lot of attention. Their defense is really good.
Yeah, and you know, we talk so much about Gaines, but this rushing attack is more than just Gaines because Cooper Argo, the quarterback, he's run for 800 this year as well.
And he'll throw it a little bit too. 1,400 yards passing, 14 touchdowns. He does have 8 interceptions. Got to take care of the football today.
As for East Poinsett County, the keys to the game for them, and it's pretty easy. You got to stick to what you know.
Yeah, give the ball to Gaines. You know, you're going to sprinkle it around and give some other guys some carries just so that the defense can't focus 100% of the time on Gaines. But you've also, on defense, you've got to be able to stop this Bigelow attack.
Well, both these two teams have made their way onto the playing surface as Bigelow wearing that all-white uniform with black helmets trimmed in black, and then East Poinsett County got the mixture of the black and red with the white helmets, white numerals. We're just about set and ready to go here at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, Arkansas for the Class 2A state championship game. East Poinsett County 12-1 on the season, Bigelow 13-0 on the year. As we said, East Poinsett County going to receive the football to start. They come in this ball game averaging 42 points per game. They average 110 passing per game, 302 rushing a game for a total of 413 in total offense per game. Bigelow is lined up and ready to kick this off as we're just about set and ready to go.
Very impressed with this Bigelow crowd. It is nice. They brought everybody from Bigelow.
Now, last person out of town, lock the doors and turn out the lights because they're all here at War Memorial Stadium as they'll put a foot into it. The up man will take it at the 29-yard line, and he'll bring it up left side, bringing it up for East Poinsett County. That was Jacob Gaines, who will take it past the 40-yard line, and he'll be downed at the 41-yard line. He is the brother of Dennis Gaines, the sophomore, and so East Poinsett County will have great field position as they'll start at the 41-yard line.
Gaines will carry it from time to time throughout the season. He's gotten some carries. He's also a safety for EPC, 37 tackles. So this is a kid, young man that can hopefully one day follow in the footsteps of his older brother.
This East Poinsett County team made it to the semifinals last year, lost to Hazen, lost to Clarendon the year before that in the semifinals. They finally made it here to War Memorial Stadium for their first appearance. Here's the handoff to Gaines, and a strong runner, but right there, Bigelow. That's why their defense has been so good this year. They were able to stop him for a 1-yard gain.
See Ryan Hobbs, he lost his helmet. He was there leading the way. Was there any doubt Gaines was going to get the ball in the first carry of the game? Go ahead and send a message right there. We're coming at you. Bigelow responded. They sent a message. We're going to be there all day long.
This defense for Bigelow was the 4th best defense in Class 2A this year. So now they're going to work from the near hash, as there's going to be 3 wide receivers set to that near side, and Cooper Argo is going to look to throw. Argo has a big arm, and it's going to get intercepted down at the 24-yard line. Coming up with the interception for Bigelow, it was Platt.
Easton Platt with his 6th pick of the season, just sitting back there in coverage, playing that safety position. Ball floated on Argo, and Platt was there to make the play. A little pressure on Argo may have caused him to float the ball a little higher than he wanted to, but look at Platt. He's just sitting back there reading the quarterback, watching, reads the ball, picks it off. First turnover of the game.
And Wes, you and I have called a lot of state championships. You see nerves. No matter how experienced you may be, you see nerves if you've never played at this stadium before. And we saw a little bit right there. So now Rhett Newmeyer, the quarterback, is going to hand it off on his first play, as he'll give it off to Carter Alexander, the senior. Alexander's run for over 1,100 yards this year, 14 touchdowns. He's actually committed to play baseball at UCA next year.
One of those great athletes at Bigelow. We talked about this team being full of winners. Carter Alexander is one of those.
3 wide receivers in the formation this time, as Alexander's going to line up to the right of Newmeyer, and a pass across the middle of the field is going to be incomplete as he's trying to hook up with Alex Shelton, his wide receiver. He had it until he got hit.
Little 2-man game that time, and the other wide receiver ran off the cornerback, almost set like a screen for him. That's why he was so wide open. Had the ball in his hands. You'll see it right here. Catches it, can't put it away, gets hit. Great play that time from EPC. Tyrus reeled to knock the ball out.
So it's 3rd down and 6 with the ball at the 27-yard line. 4 wide receivers in the formation for Bigelow. Newmeyer looking to throw. His first option was not there, but his second was. As coming up with the reception, it was Wilson Bennett, who picks up the first down and gets Bigelow to the 50-yard line.
That time the defensive back had his head turned. It was a scramble drill. And Wilson just starts running. Cornerback has his back turned, never sees the ball until it's too late. And Wilson's able to catch that ball over the shoulder of the defensive back and pick up the first down.
So a fresh set of downs for Bigelow as we're in the first quarter of this 2A state championship game. Red Newmeyer, who we've talked about so much, comes in with 2,170 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Newmeyer going to look to throw again across the middle of the field. He had a man, just overthrew him, trying to hook up that time with his wideout Brant Tipton, the senior.
Eli Black came free, and the defensive end had a shot on Newmeyer. If it's not for Black, Newmeyer completes that pass and it's a touchdown. That's what pressure does to a quarterback. Can't set his feet, has to rush the throw. Probably had to throw it a hair sooner than he wanted to, but give credit for EPC for bringing the pressure that time, and that disrupted the play.
You know, this EPC defense, I don't think gets enough credit. They came in averaging 21 points a game given up, but they've really ratcheted that down in the postseason. Here's Newmeyer throwing behind his wide receiver. It's a completed catch as he hooks up with Tipton that time, as he'll pick up 4 yards to bring up a 3rd down and 6 now.
EPC is playing man-to-man across the board. This is going to come down. Can they cover these wide receivers man-to-man? Or can Bigelow exploit this? We've already seen them exploit it a couple of times, but you look down at the bottom of the screen. You got man-to-man all across, no deep safety. They got a chance to make a play if they can find one of these receivers.
Pass across the middle. He's got it completed as working his way is Hobbs. Hobbs is going to go past the 5, walk into the end zone for the first score of the ball game.
Hobbs kind of a dual threat guy. He'll run it, he'll catch it, 6th touchdown reception of the year. That time he broke across the middle, beat the man-to-man coverage, and then you saw a little speed. Ran away from the EPC defense and scores easily.
So it's 6-0 Bigelow. And on to kick is going to be Brett Newmeyer. The extra point is up, and it is good. And with 9:41 to play in the first quarter, Bigelow, they lead EPC 7-0 as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
You know, I think sports are really big to a lot of people, and because it's an important part of our fabric in our community. And the one good thing about what I've seen is it's high quality production. You know, you think of the small communities all over Arkansas, it's a big deal that they can turn on the TV or DVR or whatever and know they're going to get a quality product. And so I think it just expands the focus of what PBS is doing. You know, Arkansas PBS is doing a great job, and I think it's part of education.
Seven 7-0 is our score. Bigelow leads East Poinsett County, 9:41 to play here in the first quarter, as both teams have had the football once now. So East Poinsett County going to get their second shot at it. Wes, a little surprised by that defense for East Poinsett County, playing man the entire drive that time.
A lot of cover zero, and that's just man-to-man across the board. No deep safety, no safety help. Neumeyer's got to be licking his chops, as is his wide receivers. They're thinking, hey, if you're going to do this to us, we're going to throw it all day long, and we're going to make you pay. The key will be the offensive line. Can they give Neumeyer enough time to get rid of it? That time EPC came with the blitz, but they weren't able to get there. And so Neumeyer was able to just pick his receiver, cutting across the field, hits him in stride, and it's game over. That's an easy touchdown. Bigelow will take that all day long, so I'm curious to see if EPC sticks with that or if we'll see a little change in their defense the next time around.
Well, and let's talk about this East Poinsett County offense for a minute. You know, they had the turnover on that first drive, but really didn't get much running lanes opened up. What do they got to do to really open things up offensively for them?
You got to do what they do best, and that's run the ball and stay a little patient. Stay patient with gains. It's one of those deals where it might not happen on first down. It may not happen on second down. Heck, it may not happen on the first drive, but you got to stick with it. The problem could be if their defense doesn't stop Bigelow, they may get in a hole to where they can't keep running the ball. They're going to have to try something they're not comfortable doing.
Here's the kickoff that's going to go out of bounds for our first penalty of the ball game. By the way, today's officials, we will get that for you here, as Jason Harris is our head referee. Mark Wallace is the center judge. Umpire is Mark Gay. Linesman is Mark Johnson. Line judge is Trey.
Kicking team. Ball be placed at 35-yard line. First down.
Line judge is Trey Pierre, and back judge Sam Richardson. So those are the championship officials for the Class 2A state championship game.
Watch Bigelow. They're going to try to attack the box. They want to make it difficult for Gaines. They're going to do everything they can to take the run away and dare EPC to throw it.
There's Gaines with a handoff, has nowhere to go. Actually going to lose a yard on the play. And Wes, I mean, you've got 2-3 guys for Bigelow right there. They're just everywhere Gaines goes, they go with him.
It was the defensive line. Dawson McCollum, Silas Schichtel. Did I say that right?
I believe so.
You gave me the pronunciation earlier. Schichtel. Oh, I tell you what, they were all over. I'm going to have to learn how to say it because he's going to be in the backfield all day long.
Here's Gaines once again. He's retreating, loses more yardage, and that's going to bring up third down.
Carter Alexander blew up that play. We've already called his name out today on the offensive side of the ball, but he was in the backfield just about the time Gaines caught it, and then got a little help there from Martell Macon. Macon with 100 tackles on the season. They combine for another tackle for a loss.
So it's third down and 12 with the ball at the 33-yard line. Argo going to look to throw now, pulls it in, and right there that Bigelow defense swarms him up. He picks up a yard on the play, and it brings up 4th down.
So sound. The defense did exactly what they were supposed to. Quarterback rolls out. The linebacker steps up, takes the quarterback, and then the defender, the safety, came over and took who the linebacker had out of the backfield. There was nowhere to go with that ball.
So it's 4th down and 11. And EPC is going to kick it away, and it'll land right at the 36. Take a good roll for EPC, and it'll come to a screeching halt at the 30-yard line, and that's where Bigelow's going to get it. 1st and 10 with 7:57 to play here in the first quarter.
Hobbs was playing for that quick kick from the quarterback. He was backing up, but the quarterback did a good job of kicking it away from Hobbs. Hobbs wanted his second big play of the game. He was trying to field that punt, but just couldn't get over there quick enough.
So it'll be 1st and 10 as Newmeyer brings his guys back onto the field after scoring on their first drive. It's 7-0. And the Rhett Newmeyer show on that first drive, and his receivers were loving the single matchups on the outside.
Newmeyer was 3 for 5 on that first drive, 72 yards, and of course the big play for 60 yards on that touchdown.
Here's another pass play. It's deflected at the line of scrimmage. Coming up, throwing his hands up was Eli Blagg, who the linebacker stepped up, threw his hands up, and deflected that one to bring up 2nd down.
Second big play of the game for Blagg. He was the one who put pressure on Newmeyer to force an incomplete pass on the first possession. This time he couldn't get there, so he just jumps up, gets his big hands on the ball, knocks it down.
So 2nd down and 10. There's 3 wide receivers in the formation. Newmeyer swings it out into the flats. Coming up with the reception for Bigelow was Brant Tipton.
Great tackle by Cooper Argo, the quarterback, also playing cornerback. Gets in man-to-man coverage, couldn't get there quick enough, but he makes a good tackle in space. If he doesn't make a tackle there, that's going to be a 1st down. They move the sticks, but instead he makes the tackle, and we're 3rd and 4.
Brant Tipton is the leading receiver for this Bigelow team. Came in with 767 yards of offense and 11 touchdowns. Newmeyer across the middle, overthrows his intended target, trying to hook up with Martell Macon, and now that's going to force a 4th down and 4 for Bigelow.
Just rushed that throw. He may have gotten excited because that was going to be the 2nd touchdown for him in the game. That's a touchdown if he makes the throw. Just overthrew him. You see the corner slipped on the cut from Macon. Macon catches it. He could literally walk in the last 20 yards, but Newmeyer just kind of rushed the throw and got a little excited and threw it high.
Bigelow trying to make the defense for EPC jump off as they're lined up to go for it here on 4th down, and then Bigelow's going to jump off as looks like the left tackle Jacob Harris. He got started a little too early, and that'll back him up 5 yards.
I think the plan backfired on Bigelow. They almost got EPC to jump. Well, they got him to jump, but they didn't come across the offensive line. Just barely. Saw the defensive lineman just towing the line. Didn't cross it. They tried the hard count once again. 2nd time, the hard count got the left tackle. This time, Newmeyer will have to punt.
4th down and 9 with the ball at the 30-yard line as here's the quick kick. That will be a high ball that hits down at the 34-yard line, takes a good Bigelow roll inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line, and that's a way to flip the field if you're Bigelow, as EPC will get their 3rd drive here in the first quarter.
Newmeyer won the battle of quarterbacks punting the ball.
Yes.
He helped flip the field a little bit and forced East Poinsett County to start inside their 20-yard line to make it a 82 yards they'll have to go on this drive. This Bigelow defense is 2 for 2. You know, anytime you can stop EPC, make them go 3 and out twice, you're doing it. Actually, the first time you got a turnover on the interception, but the Bigelow defense has done their job so far.
1st and 10 as Cooper Argo's in a shotgun with 3 wide receivers and a wing back off the left side. Argo's going to look to run with it, and he has nowhere to go. He's going to pick up about 1.5 yards, but that's it. And this Bigelow team, they are sniffing out the run any chance they can.
I like the call. I do. I like that call. He had room to run up the middle if he gets past that defensive line, but give credit right there. That is Silas. Help me again.
Sheetstel.
Sheetstel. Man, she's still 2 times now.
We're going to get it as Argo going to keep it himself on the quarterback keeper, picks up the first down for EPC as they get it out to the 30-yard line.
Play calls. Okay, we know about Dennis Gaines, and we've told you about Argo, and he can throw it, but Argo's got 800 yards rushing this year, so he can run the ball too. If you're going to focus on Gaines, you got to do something else. Right now, they're letting Argo take over.
3 wide are going to be set to the near side of this formation as Argo will be in the shotgun. Argo going to keep it himself, works up the middle of the field, picks up about a yard on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Jaden Dunlap was waiting that time. He was at his linebacker spot. He's got 123 tackles on the season, 2nd leading tackler to Carter Alexander. He was not fooled that time. He was sitting at home waiting for that quarterback draw.
Argo is a good passer. I mean, 1,400 yards this year, 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. But he does a lot on the ground, 26 carries for 800 yards rushing. They're going to hand it on to Gaines on the jet sweep. And Gaines is going to get his biggest gain of the day as he'll take it past the 35 out to the 38-yard line.
Great play calling for EPC. They're changing it up. They've seen they're going to stack the box. It's going to be tough for Gaines to run it just by lining up and attacking the box. So they're doing some different things, some quarterback draws, bringing Gaines in motion, finding different ways to attack this Bigelow defense.
So that brings up 3rd down and 2 with the ball at the 38-yard line. 3 receivers in the set to the near side. Wing pass comes right side, and Bigelow's right there. They got it into the hands of their wide receiver, D. Buchanan. But boy, that Bigelow defense snipped it out early.
Well, they had them outnumbered there. They had 3 wide receivers and only 2 defensive players. I thought they had a little something there, but there was nobody blocking for him. And so I wonder if that pass was supposed to go on outside to the far wide receiver and let the inside receiver block. That play didn't have a chance once you threw it into the inside receiver with no one to block.
Here's another quick kick. That is a short kick that is going to bounce at the 38 and take a Bigelow bounce backwards to the 45, and that's where they'll have it 1st and 10.
Bigelow offense. I know they're excited to get back out there.
Hey, whenever you guys got a chance, I got something down
Newmeyer
here.
felt like he missed one right there.
Yeah.
And he's excited to get back out there and attack this defense.
We'll check in with Tyler Cass here in a moment as both these teams making their way back onto the playing surface. As Newmeyer has 1 wide receiver set in the formation, going to look to throw. Has a wide open man across the middle of the field. He's off to the races as he'll walk into the end zone for Bigelow. That's Easton Platt, who goes in for the touchdown. Now we've got penalty flags down for celebrations, but boy, they got EPC sleeping that time.
Just a bust in coverage. I'll be curious to watch the replay on this. For some reason, no one went with Platt. They just left him unguarded. I don't know if it was a mix-up in the 2 cornerbacks, but Platt just broke free. No one went with him.
After the play, result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct in the offense. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Try.
It's when he spun the football. He at the very end of the play, he spun the football down, and I mean, he was wide open. There was nobody between him and the end zone as Newmeyer's going to come on to kick the extra point.
Newmeyer threw the ball and left his hands up in the air. He knew as soon as he threw it, that was a touchdown. And Newmeyer, I like how he just threw it. Just a little soft toss out there to make sure it was completed. We're going to have EPC jumping off sides here. Defensive end on the high side of the linebacker coming out to rush. Just got a little antsy and jumped across. Now they're going to go for 2. They're taking the tee off the field.
Encroachment on the defense. Having distance at the goal. Try.
So they bring the offense back on the field. They'll move it half the distance, put it on about the 1.5-yard line. And they want to try to make this 15-0. Because EPC's a team, they go for 2 all the time. So this could be a very important play for both teams. EPC needs to get a stop here keep it at 13.
In the backfield this time is Carter Alexander, and he took the direct snap, was not able to get the two-point conversion, so with 4:05 left here in the first quarter, it's 13-0.
Dennis Gaines. He hadn't been able to get it going on offense. He got it going that time on defense. Came from his linebacker spot, shot the gap. Watch 24. No one ever blocked him. Newmeyer never had a chance.
Hey, let's head down to the sidelines and check in with Tyler Cass. What's up, Tyler?
Yeah, guys, you can see that Bigelow crowd. You already talked about just how great it is, the entire town making its way out here. And in talking with Coach Starks earlier in the week, he said that's really been a big difference this year, has been the buy-in from the community. For their home games, they started shutting down the street in front of the stadium hours before the game, so the whole community comes out to do a little tailgating. They have a different theme for the foods every week, and this week they brought that to War Memorial Stadium. The theme was Super Bowl foods because, of course, they're playing in what can only be described as their Super Bowl, going for their first ever state title. A lot to cheer about so far for the Bigelow faithful. We'll see how the rest of this one shakes out.
Now, Tyler, you're not doing your job if you didn't go down there and try the food. Try to go out there and get a little piece of that and bring it up at halftime.
Hey, I was out there a couple weeks ago when the theme was finger foods, and they do a great job, so I'll see what I can do.
Okay, Tyler, thank you so much. Bigelow set to kick off, as Hernandez is going to put a foot into it, and after they had to back him up because of the penalty, and it'll be taken at the 31-yard line and brought out to the 40, and that's as far as EPC gets it, as Tyrus Reel is going to bring it up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the penalty cost them there. That's going to give EPC their best field position of the day. I think it's very smart they're not kicking to Gaines.
Yeah.
Reel can go, but he's not Gaines, obviously, and the kicker is doing a good job of aiming his kicks away from Dennis Gaines.
So East Poinsett County going to come out with their best field position of the ball game, as they'll have a 1st and 10 from the 40. They give it to Gaines right side, and they'll pick up 3, maybe 4 yards to bring up 2nd down.
A quick hitter that time. A couple of their running plays up the middle have been slower developing plays. That time Gaines got it, hit the hole quickly, and picked up 3.
Officially a 3-yard gain, so that brings up 2nd down, as they're going to line up 3 wide receivers set to the left side. Gaines will line up to the right of Argo, and Argo will keep it himself straight up the middle and got a yard.
That time it was a little RPO with Gaines, and Gaines broke free, and he was 15 yards in the open, kind of put his hands up like, oh, we should have handed it off to me. They didn't come after me. You can see Gaines going right through. He had a huge hole. Was kind of supposed to serve as a lead blocker after he didn't get it, and nowhere for Argo that time.
So it's 3rd down now. Argo gonna hand it off on the jet sweep, comes right side and has nowhere to go, as they put in the hands of Buchanan again, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, but that was it.
Aiden Dunlap fought off the blocker, did a great job of keeping the blocker off of him. He pushes away the blocker right there at the bottom of your screen, then makes the tackle, and then you got help coming from the backside.
So Bigelow's going to put a man back. We've seen quick kicks out of EPC at this point, but they're going to line up with 3 wide to the left side. They're going to go for it. Across the middle. They pick up the 1st down after the completed pass, as they got it to the tight end that time. Coming up with the reception was Tyler Moore for East Poinsett County.
Tyler Moore only had 9 catches on the season, 3 of them for touchdowns, so that shows you when they go to him, it's usually in a big situation. That was a big situation on 4th down.
Well, it's 1st and 10 for East Poinsett County. They've made it into Bigelow territory as the ball's at the 45-yard line. Now we've got whistles and timeouts charged to Bigelow.
Timeout. Bigelow, the first of the half.
So we will take a break with them. 2:01 left here in the first quarter as Bigelow leads East Poinsett County 13-0. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
We all know the best ways to take care of our teeth, like brushing twice a day and flossing once a day. But there's another small thing you can do that protects your teeth in a big way. If you or your child is involved in contact sports, wearing a mouth guard is important to protect teeth. Mouth guards cover teeth and gums to prevent and reduce injury to teeth, lips, and gums. There are several varieties of mouth guards, so you can find one that is affordable and easy to use. A mouth guard should fit properly, be durable and easy to clean, and not restrict speech or breathing. Talk with your dentist about which mouth guard is best for you or your child's needs. At Delta Dental of Arkansas, we're proud to be the champions of your smile. For more helpful oral health tips and information, visit www.deltadentalar.com.
Back here at War Memorial Stadium, 13-0. Bigelow leads East Poinsett County. It's a 1st and 10 for East Poinsett County at the 45-yard line.
This is a huge drive for EPC. They need some points. They need to get going offensively. I like the timeout from Bigelow. They want to get a stop here.
On this first down, they give it to Gaines. Gaines gets it out to the 40-yard line, picks up 5 yards. And not very often today has that middle of the field been open, but that time he got a little bit of a running lane.
You saw the juke there. UCA commit, that's the first time we saw a flash that, yeah, he is a college running back. That was a great move. Left the lineman there, just left his shoes behind.
Second and 5 as Argo goes straight up the middle for a couple of yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and short for East Poinsett County.
Dunlap again on the tackle. He comes in kind of low. 20 tackles for a loss this season. Very active from that linebacker spot.
3rd down and 3. Argo takes the shotgun snap, gives it to Gaines straight up the middle. He'll get it out to the 35-yard line. That's very near a 1st down.
You're starting to see a little push from this offensive line. That time, Desarius Peel was able to get a nice push. And Gaines just got right in behind him. You see him right there, lost his helmet. But he got a nice push and was able to pick up the 1st down.
Well, fresh set of downs for East Poinsett County as they're getting closer to the end zone with the ball at the 35-yard line. 48 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. As they'll keep it with Argo. He'll get past the 35 down to the 33, but we've got penalty flags down right there at the line of scrimmage.
Came in from that backside. That back judge got to think that was holding.
Holding on the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 1st down.
When you have a team that's predominantly running, EPC can throw it, but they're more comfortable running the ball. That's just a killer. It's just so difficult to overcome 1st and 20. It's the last thing East Poinsett County wanted to see happen on 1st down.
So it's 1st and 20. Clock rolls at 35 seconds. They give it to Gaines, right side. Gaines is able to get it past the 40-yard line down to the 37.
Picked up 8 on 1st down. You're starting to see this offensive line get a little confidence. The running attack getting a little better, and you're starting to see some positive yards from EPC.
It brings up 2nd down and 13 now. Argo gonna look to throw with it. Now he's gonna pull it down and run. Gets it past the 35, steps out of bounds at around the 29.
Saw the speed that time.
That's the end of the 1st quarter.
And so that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. Bigelow, they lead East Poinsett County in the 2A state championship game 13-0. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by Give your family a once-in-a-lifetime experience at the Little Rock Zoo, at Arkansas's largest lantern festival, Glow Wild at the Little Rock Zoo. After dark, bring your family to a radiant wonderland where imagination sparks. Discover 40 new lighted mystical creatures and returning favorites at Glow Wild, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
When you choose Conway Regional, you're choosing a healthcare partner rooted in your community. With 9 primary care locations in 5 counties, we believe in building lasting relationships centered on trust and personalized care. Let our family care for yours.
Vaping addicts you to nicotine and can prematurely age your lungs to those of a 70-year-old. Don't get lost in the fog. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
Time to highlight some kids in Arkansas. It's the Arkansas PBS Student All-Star, and we want to recognize Miles Dickinson from Conway Christian. He was a wide receiver, outside linebacker with a 3.9 GPA, plans to go study biomedical sciences at Ouachita Baptist University. Congratulations to our Arkansas PBS Student All-Star. Here is Dennis Gaines, the All-Star for EPC, as he's stretching the play out past the 30-yard line, and he'll take it down to the 29.
Dawson McCollum blew up that play. The defensive lineman was in the backfield, and that caused Gaines to retreat. He was able to break that tackle and bounce it to the outside, but Dawson McCollum took away that play and forced Gaines to go deep into the backfield, and then the rest of the Bigelow Panthers was there to make the tackle.
It was a 1-yard loss. And so that brings up 4th down, and Argo's going to look to throw. He'll come back left side, finds his man. It's his wide receiver, Omar McCuston. And McCuston comes in and gets the first down.
Goes up and gets it. The throw was a little high, sailed on him, but he goes up, makes the catch. Defensive back was closing, trying to get there, but a good route. They pick up a first down, a much-needed first down. Remember, they overcame 1st and 20. Great job for EPC to make up that yards from the holding call.
That is the 32nd reception this year for Omar McCuston. As this ball is over the quarterback's head, Dennis Gaines falls on it all the way back at the 34-yard line.
Well, they were able to overcome 1st and 20. Can they overcome 2nd and probably 21, 22? That was another bad play on first down.
By 27. I mean, that's what the scoreboard says anyway. So it's 2nd and 27 now. And Gaines will line up to the left of Argo. Argo's going to work it left side, gets it to the 30-yard line. 4-yard pickup.
Martell Macon coming up from his position to make the tackle. Keep it from being a bigger play than it was. Just a quarterback draw with Gaines leading the way, blocking for Argo.
So it's 3rd down and 18 now. As Cooper Argo's in the shotgun. He's going to look to throws. He'll stretch it wide. Has a man down at the 24-yard line, but quickly the Bigelow defense comes in and makes the stop.
Bennett Wilson was there, playing, giving a little cushion. You know, you don't want to get beat. You know where the sticks are, and had the cushion, but he makes the tackle. That's the key. You give up some yards, force the 4th down, just don't let them get the big play. That's just smart coverage right there, knowing the situation, knowing where the sticks are.
Well, the ball's going to be spotted at the 23-yard line. It's 4th down and 11, and now we've got a timeout. It's going to be charged to East Poinsett County.
Timeout, East Poinsett County. It's the first of the half.
You know, Argo's made back-to-back good throws. He made a good throw on 4th down, or it was a little high, but he completed the pass, and that was a much-needed completion to give him 3rd and somewhat manageable.
Well, let's take a break as you're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
What's the best thing about a passport? Freedom. You know you can grab it and go someplace inspiring, someplace romantic, someplace unexpected. When you support your PBS station, you can enjoy PBS Passport, a member benefit that lets you stream great performances.
How dare you, William?
Masterpiece. All your favorites when and where you want them.
Oh my God.
Go online to make a qualifying contribution, and away you go.
The Arkansas Department of Health is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student-athletes and Arkansas PBS Sport. Escape the vape. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectprevent.org.
9:28 to play here in the first half. East Poinsett County's got a 4th down and 11. Argo's going to take the shotgun snap, going to look to throw. And he'll be swarmed under back at the 34-yard line.
Guess who it was?
It was the big man.
Silas
Sheetstel came in to make the sack, and the turnover on downs. Bigelow's going to get the football.
They were trying to run the same play that they converted on 4th down. They were looking to do the same exact play. At that time, the Bigelow defender was there, so Argo had to pull it down, and when he pulled it down, Silas was there for the big play. Bigelow gets the stop. Now their offense is back on the field. Bigelow's run 10 plays on offense. Two of them were huge plays. Only the second running play of the game. They decided, you know what, if you're going to play us man-to-man, we're going to throw it because our wide receivers are going to beat your corners, and it's happened twice for big plays. Only the second carry of the day.
Well, Carter Alexander was being pulled down by the back of his jersey, but he still was able to pick up 3 yards, and so that brings up a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that's a pretty crazy ratio. 9 passes to 1 carry. And that's not typical of Bigelow. They're dual, you know, they'll run it, they'll throw it. But today it's been about throwing it.
Here's Alexander with a running lane out past the 40 and very near a 1st down.
I think they give it to him. I think he has it. Yep, they're moving the chains. Carter probably went over there and said, hey, Coach, don't forget about me. You know, I got 1,100 yards rushing this year, 14 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm still over here, Coach.
We need to give these receivers a break. They may be tired from running 60 yards for a touchdown.
And they have shown so far that both the passing game and running game is doing quite well against this EPC defense.
Well, EPC does have a safety back, and this is the first time we've seen that in a while, so that's what Bigelow said. Well, if you're going to have a safety, we'll run it.
Now here's Alexander, got hit in the backfield, was able to fall forward for a couple of yards to bring up 2nd down.
That was just as impressive as his previous 2 carries. Yeah. He was tackled or hit in the backfield, 2-yard loss right there, bam. That was Moses Penaloza. That's a big man that just hit him in the backfield, but he was able to break that tackle and then keep his legs moving, pick up a couple of yards. So instead of losing 2, he picked up 2. That's a 4-yard difference. That's a big play.
So that brings up 2nd down and 8 now. The safety help is gone now for EPC as safety slid up. That was Omar McCuston. And now a receiver on the left side trying to run that ball down was incomplete as that was Martell Macon.
Got a flag down.
Flag's down at the 40-yard line on the EPC sideline.
I don't think that play would have counted even if Newmeyer was able to complete it for the touchdown. They'd have brought that back. Now the decision is, you want 2nd or 3rd and 8, or do you want to push them back?
Illegal formation. 5 men in the backfield of the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
one of the receivers didn't check in close enough with that side judge to make sure he was on the line of scrimmage, and so that's why you have the illegal formation.
So that brings up second down now and 13 for Bigelow. With the ball at the 44, actually it's gonna be at the 39-yard line.
They have declined that and brought up 3rd and 8.
Here is Newmeyer, gonna look to throw, goes right side and overthrows his intended target, trying to hook up with Brant Tipton.
Just led Tipton too much to the sideline. It was a good route by Tipton. Looked like he was going to go deep, and bam, cuts it off, goes straight to the sideline. He was open, and Tipton just missed him. Newmeyer's missed on a couple of throws. You can see he was a little upset with himself. That's 3 throws now that, you know, he's not perfect, but he feels like he can be better and make better throws. Maybe a little hard on him since he's got 2 long passes for a touchdown, but look, he was upset. He wants to complete that pass.
Here's Newmeyer again, going to look to throw. Pump fakes, rolls left. Still looking, and has no one to get it to as he was trying to find his receiver that just ran a bit too far as he was rolling out. And that'll bring up 4th down. But to your point, Wes, I mean, it all works out now, but had you declined that penalty, you would have still forced him into a punting situation.
Well, EPC did a good job that time. They got pressure on Newmeyer. He went to throw it early, and the defensive line jumped up, took away the pass. He didn't want to get it back, batted down, so he rolled to his left, being chased, and just couldn't put enough on it to find Hobbs way down the field.
Here's Newmeyer with the quick kick. That'll hit down to 29. Make a Bigelow roll inside the 25. And goes to the 21-yard line, and that's where EPC will have it 1st and 10 with 7:05 to play here in the 2nd quarter, and Bigelow leading 13-0.
That was a huge stop for East Poinsett County. They had to have that. If Bigelow goes down, scores, makes it 20-21-0, you're in a big hole. We've already seen EPC wants to run the ball. Can they throw it? Yeah, they can, but they want to run the ball. At 13-0, you can keep running it. But if it starts getting a bigger lead, then all of a sudden, you got to start throwing it around a little bit more.
So Cooper Argo is going to bring the offense back out with 4 wide receivers, and he'll make the defense jump off sides for a free 5 yards.
Encroachment on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Right now, EPC, any free yardage they can get, they'll take.
The Bigelow's got to refocus, get back in it. They got to that lead, 2 quick scores. Got to get back into this game, get where they were.
Wing pass goes right side into the hands of his wide receiver for EPC. That was his big wide receiver, D. Buchanan. And Buchanan got a nice run after getting hit a couple times.
Yeah, by number 1, then number 2, Bennett Wilson, then Martell Macon. Couldn't make the tackle. Could have been a loss right there. Could have been another loss, but he keeps on his feet. Finally, Carter Alexander brings him down, but he was able to pick up 6 yards.
So it's 2nd down and 4 as we're under 7 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Argo, quick pass goes left side. And he'll put it in the hands of Tyrus Reel. And Reel picks up the 1st down for EPC.
That looked like the play they wanted to run earlier. Had a couple wide receivers out there, threw it to the one in the middle, but the wide receiver, the one out wide, you see him there blocking Omar McHouston. He gets the block. That frees him up to pick up the 1st down. The time before they ran the play, nobody blocked for him, and so he got hammered right there when he caught it.
So it's 1st and 10 with the ball at the 32-yard line. Argo swings it left side, and Bigelow is right there. Coming up with a big stop was Brant Tipton for Bigelow.
Well, Tipton fooled the EPC quarterback Argo. He was thinking they were playing man-to-man and that Tipton would run with the coverage of the other wide receiver. But he was actually playing zone. He stays right there at the line of scrimmage, and when he gets rid of it, he's there to make the tackle. I know exactly what Argo was thinking. He thought Tipton was going to run with the other wide receiver, and that area would have been vacated.
4-yard loss. They hand it off to Dennis Gaines, and he has nowhere to go. He loses yardage. And EPC's going backwards.
Carter Alexander won't be credited for that tackle, but Carter Alexander blew up that play. He took on the offensive lineman, stood him up, and so there was nowhere for Gaines to run. Then one of Alexander's teammates comes in from behind and is able to make the tackle. And there you see it. That's Dawson McCullum. And McCullum might have gotten there anyway, but once Alexander blew up the play, McCullum was there to clean it up.
It's 3rd down and 16 as Argo's going to look to throw. Step up in the pocket, still looking. Can't find anybody. He got drugged down. Coming up to drag him down was the defensive end, Jaden Dunlap.
Dunlap's been all over the field early in this game. You see him just staying where he's supposed to. And then he comes up, makes the tackle, grabs him by the jersey, is able to sling him down. Argo was looking deeper down the field and just didn't have anybody. He made the right decision by not throwing it. If he throws that up, it may have been his 2nd interception of the game. So good decision from Argo. Tried to scramble for it, but a better play by Dunlap.
Quick kick is going to be a short one that's going to hit and go out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
Great field position now for Bigelow. EPC's defense is going to have to step up one more time. You do not want to go into the locker room down 3 scores.
And not to mention Bigelow gets the football to start the 2nd half.
See what EPC does here defensively. Last time out, they dropped a safety, played a little help, and it looks like they're going to have a safety back this time too. They tried going 0 coverage, man-to-man. It did not work. Now you got Omar McHouston sitting back there a little deeper to help out.
4 receivers in the formation for Bigelow. Will look to throw, has a man across the middle of the field. That time it is Brant Tipton who comes up with the reception out to the 45-yard line in EPC territory.
Everybody coming after the quarterback. That leaves the middle wide open, and Tipton sees that open area, catches it. I think he was trying to use that referee right there in the middle as a screen. He got out of the way, and so the defender could come in and make the tackle.
So it's 2nd down and 4 with the ball at the 45.
Same play.
Newmeyer throws it low, and coming up with it was Bennett Wilson. It was a wobbly pass that was low, and Wilson went down and got it.
I think it was tipped. It was tipped. That's why it was wobbly. It came out of his hand really well, but the concentration for Bennett Wilson after it's tipped to go down and catch it and get the 1st down.
That'll take it up to the 36-yard line. It's now 1st down and 10. And really, if you're Bigelow, you don't want to score immediately. Just use some of this clock so that EPC doesn't have a whole lot of time if they do score.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Newmeyer going to look to throw, going big ball, left side, and it's intercepted down at the 12-yard line. Coming up with it for East Poinsett County, it was Omar McHouston.
Well, McHouston did what the deep safety's supposed to do. He's back there, don't let anybody get by him. Ball floats a little bit, it's in the air a long time. McHouston comes all the way from the middle of the field, gets to the sideline and makes the play. Just takes it away. I thought it was going to be completed to Bennett Wilson, but McHouston just takes it away from the wide receiver.
So now EPC's got another opportunity with 3:16 left here in the 1st half. And they've got it at the 12-yard line.
Ran a little double move that time. They kept running that little in route, and Bennett Wilson faked the in route and then went deep, and he was open. Newmeyer just had to let it go a little quicker.
Argo has the ball deflected, and it was deflected and went backwards, and so that'll be an incomplete pass to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Just a quick throw, and for Bigelow to get back there that quickly, give them credit for that. They're in the backfield disrupting plays. That's supposed to be an easy throw, just a little quick, almost like an extended handoff, but they're back there putting pressure on the quarterback so quick. They're disrupting simple plays right now.
Wes, I'm really impressed with the size and speed of this defense. I mean, they are all big guys. They've spent time over the last 3 to 4 years just getting bigger, and they've been the more physical team defensively. Here's Argo looking to throw. Still looking. And he's going to go out of bounds, and he got a Looked like a Bigelow defender got a handful of face masks that time.
Yeah, I was watching Martell Macon. He played that exactly the textbook. He sat in coverage. He sat in coverage. He was covering up the receiver that Argo was looking at. He was patient. As soon as Argo tucked the ball and started running, here he comes. And he just gets his hand up a little too high and gets the face mask.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty. Result, first down.
So that gives them a fresh set of downs with 3:05 to play here in the first half.
A big break for EPC. Argo was going out of bounds, so you didn't even really have to tackle him. But he got the hands up just a little too high and caught the face mask. And EPC gets a second chance here. First and 10 to 25. They got 75 yards to go in 3 minutes. So they score here. Huge. Would be huge.
They're going to go with a tight formation at the line of scrimmage. As Argo going to hand it off as he gives it off to Jacob Gaines. And Gaines has nowhere to go.
Came with a run blitz that time. They were right over the center, bringing the pressure once again. Broke through, meet him in the backfield. No gain. Maybe, yeah, they lost a yard.
Yeah, that'll bring up second down and 11 now as the clock is rolling at 2:40 and counting.
They have both gains in right now. A little double dose of the gains. Hoping for a big gain.
Here's the second down attempt as Argo is running for his life, going right side. He found a man, but he's out of bounds.
I think he might have hit the ground, but Argo's just having to run for his life. That's just a little sprint right, throw it out, and
looks like there's a penalty flag down at 31.
Yeah, didn't catch that cleanly. Ball hit the ground. Let's see what this penalty was. It's in the middle of the field, like maybe defensive holding. It's a strange area for the flag. Maybe illegal.
Receiver downfield.
Yep.
On the offense, that penalty is declined. Third down.
How many times in this game, Wes, has EPC just hurt themselves with a penalty or a turnover? I mean, it just seems like they can't get any type of rhythm going.
Well, that's what Bigelow's pressure is doing to EPC. It's really forcing them into some mistakes. But you bring the heat like that, you get some. You make mistakes happen, and that's what Bigelow's doing. They're forcing the issue in this game.
So it's third down and 11 with the ball at the 24-yard line. Argo's going to look to throw. Throws it left side. There's a penalty flag down, multiple flags down as the ball falls incomplete.
McHouston ran a double move. They tried to run a little stop like the quarterback. He was going to stop at the chains, try to pick up the first down, but he stopped and then went. And when he went, the corner bit and he grabbed him, and then it was easy to see.
Interference on the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty. Result, first down.
Well, that gives them new life right there because you get a fresh set of downs with 2:12 remaining.
The Bigelow was thinking, we get a stop here, we're going to get the ball back with 2 minutes, and with their offense, they could go the length of the field easily in 2 minutes.
I feel like, so this drive started at the 12-yard line. I feel like EPC has about 3 yards of total offense as they've gotten it all the way out to the 39. A lot of penalties.
That was a big play. That was a big penalty for them.
First and 10 as Argo going to hand it off to Gaines. That is Jacob Gaines as he'll take it to the 41.
Got a little push from his offensive lineman, fell forward, picked up a couple of yards. Clock stopped momentarily. I'm not sure why, but now it's going again.
So it's second down and 8 for EPC. Quick pass left side, got deflected at the line.
Carter Alexander, leading tackler for the team, very smart player. He recognized the quick pass, got up in the throwing lane, got his hands up, knocked it down. It would have been a completed pass. A big cushion on McHouston, the wide receiver. They're giving him that short throw and just gambling. They'll come up and make the tackle. But Carter Alexander was there to keep that from being completed.
That brings up third down and 8 now, as 3 wide receivers are going to go to the right side. Argo, he'll take the snap and roll left. Throws up a prayer left side. It's batted away.
Two defenders went up to intercept that. That was Ryan Hobbs and just Brandon Tipton. They knocked it out of each other's hands. That was once again, I don't know how many times, but Argo's been under pressure. And that time he throws it up for grabs, and the only two there were Bigelow Panthers, and they knocked it out of each other's hands.
So now you've got a 4th down and 8. A minute 54 to play here in the first half. Bigelow's going to line somebody back all the way at the 22-yard line.
Hobbs has been going back. I bet that's him.
And it'll take a bounce at the 30 and he'll return it. It is Hobbs, and he'll take it out to the 40-yard line, and that's where Bigelow will have it with a minute 42 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, that's about where, if they had intercepted that ball, where they would have gotten it. So it all kind of works out for Bigelow. Now they need to go about 60 yards, a little less than 60 yards in a minute 42. I don't think the clock's a problem for this offense.
Wes, I tell you, it could not be a better day for football. I mean, it's got a light breeze. The sun is out. I mean, complete 180 from what we had last night.
It is December 1st. Yeah. We have the windows open in the booth. I've taken my jacket off, rolled up my sleeves. Oh. You could not ask for a better day for December 1st.
It is a great day for football. So it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout charged to EPC.
Timeout. East Poinsett County. It's their second of the half.
So East Poinsett County takes the timeout. They'll have one left with a minute 42 left here in the first half. And while they take a timeout, we will as well. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
We all know the best ways to take care of our teeth, like brushing twice a day and flossing once a day. But there's another small thing you can do that protects your teeth in a big way. If you or your child is involved in contact sports, wearing a mouth guard is important to protect teeth. Mouth guards cover teeth and gums to prevent and reduce injury to teeth, lips, and gums. There are several varieties of mouth guards, so you can find one that is affordable and easy to use. A mouth guard should fit properly, be durable and easy to clean, and not restrict speech or breathing. Talk with your dentist about which mouth guard is best for you or your child's needs. At Delta Dental of Arkansas, we're proud to be the champions of your smile. For more helpful oral health tips and information, visit www.deltadentalar.com.
Here at War Memorial Stadium, as we've got a minute 42 to play in this 2A state championship first half. And Bigelow's got the football at the 39-yard line.
EPC with two deep safeties now. May want to go ahead and let's see if Carter Alexander can run the ball.
Newmeyer throws it right side into the hands of Tipton, and Tipton's going to be taken down to 39 for no gain.
Pass was a little behind him, had to stop, reach back, catch it, and by the time he did all that, that allowed the defense to close and make the tackle. Good one-handed catch, though. The defender was there to sling him to the ground.
So that brings up 2nd down and 10.
Those safeties are playing 12 yards off the ball. They're deep. Middle's wide open. The deep middle's open. Safeties are out wide. Carter Alexander, if he breaks through the front 5, he's got a lot of room to run.
Newmeyer going to look to throw, gets deflected and falls to the turf, and that's going to bring up 3rd down now. Pressure from EPC starting to step up as we've got 59 seconds left here in the first half.
It's a couple batted balls. Newmeyer didn't see what he liked the first time, so he pulled it down, rolled left, but when he rolled left, there was a defender waiting on him, so he tried to get rid of it, and the defender did a good job jumping up and patting it down.
So 3rd down and 10. Bigelow, they're going to come out with 4 wide receivers in the formation. 3 to the left. There's a guy that is within 2 feet of the sideline on that top side. Newmeyer looking to throw, and he'll be taken down. Coming in to make the stop for East Poinsett County was Dennis Gaines.
The running.
Timeout. East Poinsett County. It's their third and final of the half.
Yeah, the running back, Carter Alexander, came over and chipped Gaines. Gaines busted off of that tackle and then came in and made the sack. Big play for Gaines. EPC will call a timeout and see if they can get some kind of offense going this last 50 seconds. I really thought Bigelow might try to run it there. You know, a couple big plays and the clock stops after a first down. Those two deep safeties were taking away the deep pass and just couldn't find anything in the passing game. I guess the coaching staff just didn't feel like there was enough time to run the ball, but they had a couple of timeouts left too.
And, you know, I mean, here's the deal. Like, at least run it once on that drive to roll the clock some, because you knew that EPC only had one timeout remaining.
Yeah,
but, I mean, trying to get that score before the half, knowing you're going to get the ball back as well.
I know exactly what they're thinking. Yeah. They're 1-2 right there, 2 for 1. That's exactly what the Seattle Seahawks did to the Cowboys last night. Scored right before the end of the half to take the lead. They get the second half kickoff, go down, score another touchdown. All of a sudden, Dallas was controlling the first half, and they're down 28-20 in the third quarter.
You and I both Cowboy fans. I was actually calling that 8-man game. I had it on my phone and going, what are we doing? As the kick is away. That was a spiral punt that's going to go out of bounds at the 26-yard line. That was a really good punt.
Yeah, that was a low line drive away from the punt returner. Never had a chance to get over there. But that'll push East Poinsett County inside their own 30, right on the 27-yard line. That was a key punt. You know, if you don't get a good punt off in there, and let's say they take over at the 50, you can go 50 yards in 50 seconds. This is going to be a lot tougher now.
So they'll have it at the 27-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for East Poinsett County.
Well, the Bigelow defense has pitched a shutout so far. They need to hold serve one more time.
Argo is going to take it straight up the middle. And he'll be spun down at around the 33-yard line.
Dunlap again, Carter Alexander again. Those two linebackers have racked up a lot of tackles, and both of them were there to bring Argo down.
Officially going to spot it at the 32. Argo's going to look to throw. On big ball, left side, has a man down at the 33-yard line. Flip the field for EPC.
Omar McHouston does it again, beats his cornerback, but the safety was there. Safety was going up to make the interception, but Omar just takes it away from him, just like he, as the safety earlier, took it away from the Bigelow wide receiver.
Looking to throw again, and getting out of bounds that time was Real with 7 seconds remaining in the quarter, as he will go out of bounds just shy of the 25-yard line.
Just a heads-up play from Real. You know, sometimes you want to get greedy and try to get a little more.
Bigelow.
But that's situational football, to know how much time is left in the half and know that you cannot get tackled inbounds because you do not have any more timeouts left. So he got out of bounds, and that gives him a chance to throw this ball in the end zone with 7 seconds. That's exactly why Bigelow took that timeout. They're going to talk about the situation. Guys, look, there's only 7 seconds left. They're going to throw something in the end zone. Let's back up our safeties. Keep an eye on number 2. You've already seen him twice now take balls away from us. Guys, you got to get in front of him and knock that down. Don't intercept this. Don't try to go up with 2 hands and let him out jump you. Go up, reach up with 1 hand, and knock it away.
Now, I mean, you've got 7 seconds. If you're EPC, though, you could essentially get 2 plays if you go with something quick to the sidelines.
You could. Yeah, you could do. And they've done that several times today because there's been a big cushion from the cornerbacks, and there's going to be a big cushion here. You could run a little 5-yard, 7-yard play, get out of bounds, have 3 seconds left on the clock to make it a little shorter throw for the quarterback, to where maybe he could zip one in there instead of having to loft it up and give Bigelow a chance to knock it down.
3 receivers in the formation. Argo all alone in the backfield. Going to look to throw. Under pressure. Rolls right. Still looking. Throws it towards the end zone. Wide open man. Touchdown. That's Dennis Gaines on the left side of the end zone for the score.
Roll right, throw back left. You see that play in the NFL. You see it in college. Roll right intentionally. Everybody goes right. Stop. throw back across the field. Argo shows off his arm. Good arm, enough to get it there, and Gaines is wide open. That is such a huge play. I mean, for EPC to get in there, go to the locker room feeling good about themselves. Bigelow had multiple opportunities to make this a 20-0, 21-0 score. Instead, we're going to go to the locker room with it 13-6 or 13-8.
Well, and that was by far, Wes, the best looking drive EPC's had all day, like the entire half.
No doubt.
And now they're going to go for two as Argo's in the shotgun, bunched receivers on the right side. Argo under pressure, throws it, 2-point conversion's good.
It's the end of the first half.
The 2-point conversion was to Real, and Tyler Cass is down on the sidelines with Bigelow head coach Luke Starks.
Yeah, guys, we got Coach Starks coming over here in just a second. This definitely has changed, though. Bigelow up 13-0. Looked like they were about to strike before that interception. Now they go into the locker room just up one score. Coach, how much does the locker room atmosphere change after that? What do you guys think can happen?
Well, we got to be more efficient on offense, and we've got to get lined up correctly defensively. And you can't allow them to go 80 yards many minutes.
What changed offensively, or what were they doing defensively in the second quarter there to slow you guys down?
I mean, we're just not getting the ball to our playmakers right now.
All right, and just what is the message now to the team as you go into the locker room?
Clean things up, please.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Coach. It's Coach Starks from Bigelow as he takes his team into the locker room, leading by 5 in their first ever state title game, but a big touchdown by EPC to cut this into a one-score game just before half.
Thank you, Tyler. As we send you to the break, we'll send you back to the Arkansas PBS studios for our halftime show. We've got a great show lined up for you, so stick around as East Poinsett County, they cut into that lead. Bigelow leads at 13-8 in the 2A state championship game. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
War Memorial is more than just a stadium. It's very much part of the culture of Little Rock. 75 years of history lives here.
Jones looking, steps, throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas!
So you grew up coming here watching your heroes play football. But the stadium stands for strength. Built in 1948 to honor those who gave their lives.
The flags of freedom fly all over Europe.
Reminder to always keep going. This stadium is more than just a memorial, it's a monument. A monument to the sacrifices of the past. The stadium stands for strength, sacrifice, for the drive to always keep going, to always keep pushing, for a better Arkansas, for a better tomorrow. Because legends are made here.
Just the way Wynn is, you know, it's called the city with a smile. Whether it's a Friday night football game, or it's a family in need that's going through a hard time, or it's a community going through a tornado, the people of Wynn rally around each other.
We have a serious situation, a new tornado warning in the city of Wynn. Wynn. You need to be in your tornado safe spot right now.
I grew up here, graduated from here in 2000. A lot of memories here.
Wynn High School, there's a lot of tradition here.
I've been here my entire life. All my families went here. It's been very big.
The school year was going really normally. I was actually in the middle of like classes and stuff, not expecting anything to change.
Yo, we were excited because it kind of felt like it was the first year post-COVID.
It was my senior year. I want to play college football. I was in off season for football. I was playing soccer too.
And we were really excited. Things were going along all the way up to March 31st. And the last thing in the world on our mind was having a tornado destroy our school and our kids yet again not having a normal year.
That radar is showing you the hook echo that just now went through wind. That is a debris ball just to the east of wind.
One of my maintenance guys called and he said, "You got to get down here." He said, "The school's gone." You know, the tragedies happen. You know, the storms hit. We had our moment of, you know, just breaking down. We can't stay in that moment. What do we do to help our community?
I got a call from one of my buddies, and he told me the turf was in his front yard from the football field.
Right after I heard that the tornado hit the field and there's no football, I'm thinking, okay, what's the next step? Like, what are we gonna do?
We were right out here on that field, and there's debris everywhere. There's tile. It's the first time we really got to meet with the team. They got bulldozers behind there, bulldozing their school. You know, the kids' look on their eyes is like, what kind of nightmare have I woke up to?
It was a surreal feeling, something I'll never forget.
We have to find a way to make sure our kids don't lose anything. They don't lose prom, they don't lose graduation.
Obviously, with the field being nothing but gravel, we went to a church field for spring football practice because we didn't have turf. We've been out on the grass. We just kind of made the most of what we had.
And we could have easily sat back and just said, man, what do we do? But that's a testament to our leadership. It's a testament to our teachers, our students, to put in the extra work it took to get us to that point.
Once the temporary campus got done, it was an easier transition. It was more of like a normal school feeling.
They did a great job getting our facilities back.
I was in pads. It was an amazing feeling to get on turf. From the difference from turf to grass, it was an amazing feeling.
I always, you know, lived through the kids, and well, they were teared up. You know, it was a big deal for sure.
Looking in that stands, seeing the Wynn community all back together, everybody that stayed through adversity, it was all a very come together moment.
That's an awesome community we live in here.
We're playing pretty good. So many fans packed out every game.
And it's just not that they show up when there's loss or when there's grief. They show up for everything. That's what they do in Whitehall. Our superintendent then brought him in. You know, you think that someone that played in the NFL and a big star quarterback, he didn't come off like that at all. You could tell he was getting ready. He was ready to get to work, and he was excited to be the head football coach.
He just comes in and he introduces himself, and he immediately flashes this huge smile and cracks a joke, and it's his laugh. He always had this laugh. It was a working relationship, but then it turned into he was literally my best friend. Well, you knew who he was when he got here, but he didn't want that. He wanted to just be Ryan.
What he brought was a big heart for kids, a huge personality, just a simple, humble man is what I saw. He wanted to give back to kids and give back to the sport that he loved.
Coach Mallett always said Ben was the first football player that he met when he came. The house he rented was right across the street from Ben's house. He knew that Ben was going to be special. He said, man, I love that kid.
Please join me in a moment of silence as we remember Benjamin Riddick. Here to accept Benjamin's diploma is his mother.
I woke up that morning with some text messages and calls, and a couple of those calls were from Coach Mallett.
When Ben passed away, that's when I really found out how close they were because of how bad it wrecked him. It changed him. It really, really did.
I cared for him a lot. He was like my son, basically. It's tough.
When you lose a kid like that and know that he was going to go off and do great things, and that one hit me hard.
It's just sad seeing Coach Mallett react the way he did. He went on the field and hugged everybody on the field and started crying and told us all that he loved us. We all use each other to kind of piggyback on, try to looked to each other for comfort. Everybody was there for each other. Mallet being the name that he was, you know, fake media or whatever, posted stuff when we text the group chat, yo, is this real? I was like, there's no way. So I called him. I was like, there's no way it's true. Let me call him. And he didn't pick up. I was like, wow, this is real.
I was in shock. I had just talked to him about an hour and a half before.
I just melted to the ground. The feelings and the emotions were so raw, you can't hardly describe it unless you're in that moment.
To be honest, it didn't seem that it could possibly be real. Our district had lost students. We had lost a coach that our kids adored. It was more than what we could handle as a district.
As a whole community, I think they came together to help us football players out. They had counselors from every school, even elementary schools there. Knowing that they were there for us helped out a lot.
It's just the outpouring of affection and love that they show in this community for you. It was awesome. It was about what you expect from Whitehall. They were there.
Just that outpouring of love that was felt in not just our community, but surrounding communities in the state. Just was the love that was shown to us, it's healing.
And we as a community can get through this. We've gone through all these things, and every day we are moving forward.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
I celebrated my 5th birthday, and it was a few weeks after that the soldiers came. We saw 2 soldiers marching up our driveway, and literally at gunpoint, we were ordered out of our home.
And so you end up in a place called
Rohr, R-O-H-W-E-R, Arkansas, locked up. And the amazing thing is, thousands of young Japanese American men and women went from behind those barbed wire fences, leaving their family in imprisonment to fight for this country. Those that perished on those bloody battlefields and had their coffins covered with the American flag, those flags were brought back to their wives or their parents still behind American barbed wire fences. Those incredible, crazy young men who fought and died for this country, they were the greatest generation. They made my America possible.
Sports is so important to this state and the fabric of the state, and I appreciate Arkansas PBS doing all the state title games, and that makes it available for not just the fans in Central Arkansas, South Arkansas, but fans around the entire state. I can only think of the kids in small towns, and this is the biggest moment maybe in their sports careers, and they have that keepsake of having that game on TV to have with them the rest of their lives.
Back here at War Memorial Stadium as it's the 2A state championship game between Bigelow and East Poinsett County. Bigelow leading 13-8 right now. RJ Honk along with Wes Moore, Tyler Cass down on the sidelines. And Wes, it wasn't a lot of scoring, but there was a lot of action there in the first half.
Bigelow came out firing, jumped out to a 13-0 lead. Looked like they were about to run away with this thing. They had a couple of opportunities to get up to 20-0, 21-0, but EPC did a good job of stopping it, getting those stops they needed. Here's how it all started. A turnover on the first drive, second play of the game. Easton Platt with the pick. And that set Bigelow up, and they went to work. Rhett Newmeyer throwing the ball around. That was Bennett Wilson with the first down. Yeah, he gives us a signal. And then the big play. Going across the middle to Hobbs. He takes it in for the score, and it was 7-0 Bigelow, but they weren't done. Later on, Newmeyer finds Platt all alone. Platt takes it in. It looked like they were about to make it 20-0 when Omar McHouston, playing safety, picks it off, and on the next to last play of the first half, Gaines with the touchdown. Cooper Argo with the throwback play to Dennis Gaines. 2-point conversion was good, and it's 13-8 at the half. What a momentum shifter for EPC, and I bet they're feeling a lot better about themselves right now. Let's go down to the field and check in with Tyler Cass.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm here with Coach now. Coach, we were just talking about this, but how big final drive impact now?
You know, miserable first half for us, but getting those points on the board right there for the half, ton of momentum going into halftime, gives us a little bit of confidence to come out and play a good second half.
Just defensively, you guys kind of shut them down there in that second quarter. What adjustments did you make?
They kind of got a couple plays we broke down on execution, but the game plan's staying the same. The guys started executing a little bit better for us.
On offense, what?
Hey, they got a lot of guys in the box. They're really taking that away. So, we're going to find a different solution to getting the ball in space. And, that loaded box is tough to run against, but we'll give it our best shot to the second half.
All right, Coach. Good luck out there.
Thank you, Tyler, as he was with head coach Brandon Powell for East Poinsett County. Both teams back out on the playing surface as we've got about 2 minutes and 40 seconds until we start this one and get things going. And let's go ahead and check out the first half stats for both these two teams, Wes. And total yardage, Bigelow had 155, but East Poinsett County really got a lot of their yards there at the end of the half.
They went 82 yards, I believe, on that last drive. So just think about what it was before that first drive, 155 to about 40. Bigelow's defense was dominating EPC until that final drive. Passing yards for Bigelow, 148. They pretty much abandoned the run. They ran it one time in the first quarter because they were throwing it so successfully. They tried a couple of runs later on and picked up about 10 yards or so. EPC, 58 yards rushing, 9 first downs to 5. A little deceiving because Bigelow's hit 2 huge plays, so they haven't had first downs. They've had touchdowns. Time of possession, as you would expect it with the running team of East Poinsett County, they've dominated it, throw in the big plays, like we said, and Bigelow's only had the ball for 6 minutes and 54 seconds.
That's, one thing that we came in this game thinking was Dennis Gaines is going to be able to run and run a lot. He's not been able to so far. What's East Poinsett County got to do to get him going?
Well, a lot what they did on that last drive. They got to throw the ball. And we saw a different Cooper Argo that last possession. Cooper Argo made 2 huge plays, and that was the last 2 plays, but he made some plays before that. Cooper Argo changed this game from his quarterback position. If Cooper Argo can throw the ball like that in the second half, EPC has a chance to win this game. I thought this game was very close to being over, honestly. When Bigelow had the ball and moving it up 13-0, I'm thinking they're about to blow this thing open and run away with it. And a couple of mistakes here, a couple big plays from EPC, and all of a sudden, you got a ball game. This is a ball game. I mean, very well, this Bigelow should be, in my opinion, in control of this game. Instead, EPC has all the momentum. Now, for Bigelow, they're about to receive this kick. They need to reestablish their offense and take control of this game and the momentum. Get the momentum back on their sideline. This is a very important drive for Bigelow.
And talking about reestablishing their offense, and that really, to your point, Carter Alexander, their 1,100-yard running back, they got to get him more involved.
It all depends, too, on what EPC is going to do with their safeties. Yeah. If they want to drop their safeties back like they did there at the end of the half, then, yeah, run Carter Alexander. But if they're going to play man, zero coverage, no, throw the ball. You've already burned them twice. I just can't imagine. I know that we just heard from Brandon Powell, and he said we're going to keep doing what we've been doing. I got to think he means we're going to keep our safeties back, and we're going to make them. We're not going to let them throw it on man-to-man coverage. I watched before the game, EPC practiced the onside kick a ton. I wouldn't be surprised if this is – and they may do that. I have not watched enough. I've seen a ton of EPC highlights. They may kick it deep, but I watched them practice a lot of onside kicks.
Zarius Real kicks the onside, and it is recovered by Bigelow at the 50-yard line, so they're going to have great field position to start their first drive here in the second half. Glad to have you along wherever you may be across the state of Arkansas for this Class 2A state title game. Don't forget, coming up tonight at 6:30, you've got the 6A title game, and then we've got a whole host of action tomorrow with the 7A game at noon and then the 5A game tomorrow night. And you can catch all those games right here on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The fun is just starting. I mean, last night,
it was a marathon. It was a marathon last night. And then we come in today, and we're having some great football.
We got a ball game here.
So Newmeyer going to hand it to Carter. Carter's going to make it past the 45-yard line. That being Carter Alexander, and so he'll take it all the way down to the 41, and that's a great way to get the running game going on that first play.
You got deep safety. You know, they're not populating the line of scrimmage. They're giving you some running lanes, and they took what they were giving them.
Newmeyer takes the handoff, gives it to Carter Alexander again. He falls forward to the 40-yard line, a 1-yard pickup. Still about a yard shy of the first down.
EPC was a lot more aggressive on second down. They blitzed in their linebackers, a little run blitz. They met him at the line of scrimmage. Wasn't able to pick up the first down.
3rd down and 1. Just underway here in the second half of this 2A state title game. Back to Carter Alexander. He picks up the first down as he goes on the left side of the formation. And he'll be taken down at the 38-yard line, but a fresh set of downs for Bigelow.
3 carries, they get the first down. That's what I wanted to see. If they would be patient enough to just run the ball if EPC drops back into coverage, drops back to safety. First indication is, yeah, we'll run it. If that's what you want to give us, then we're going to run it.
1st down and 10 with the ball at the 38-yard line. 3 wide receivers in the formation for Bigelow. They're going to line up Dunlap to the right of Newmeyer. He'll take the handoff and gets a nice running lane out past the 35, taken down at the 33-yard line.
You start pounding away, and then all of a sudden that does get the EPC defense to take a step forward, to come up, try to stop the run. That's when you, bam, hit them with the play action pass, throw it over the top, get you a big play.
Dunlap stays in the ball game at the running back position as he'll line up to the right of Newmeyer. Take the handoff, sidesteps the defender, gets a nice running lane past the 30 to the 25, all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Broke a tackle. That's the key to that play. Another blitzing linebacker met him in the backfield, but Alexander's able to sidestep right there, missed the tackle. That's Dennis Gaines coming in from his linebacker spot. Once he misses that, breaks through the line of scrimmage, there's plenty of room to run.
Dunlap now lined up to the left of Newmeyer.
No safety now. See what the running did? Everybody bunched up within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. You can beat them deep.
They're going to look to throw. Back across the middle. Has a man at the 5. Touchdown. That's Brant Tipton, who goes in for the score.
Great play call. I mean, exactly what you should do right there. Run, 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 run. They bring the safety up. What do? Throw it. Bam, touchdown.
Brant Tipton on the crossing pattern was able to take it in. And Bigelow strikes on their first drive to make it 19-8.
Got to give some credit to that offensive line, because if you can't run it, you can't force them to bring the safety up and bring everybody in the box. But because they were able to run it, EPC got in the position to where we've got to stop the run. We're going to load the box, then bam, we'll hit you over the top and score the touchdown.
Newmeyer is going to be on to kick as the kick is away. And it is good. It's 20-8 with 9:27 to play in the third quarter. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Media.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
Give your family a once-in-a-lifetime experience at the Little Rock Zoo, at Arkansas's largest lantern festival, Glow Wild at the Little Rock Zoo. After dark, bring your family to a radiant wonderland where imagination sparks. Discover 40 new lighted mystical creatures and returning favorites at Glow Wild, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
When you choose Conway Regional, you're choosing a healthcare partner rooted in your community. With 9 primary care locations in 5 counties, we believe in building lasting relationships centered on trust and personalized care. Let our family care for yours.
Vaping addicts you to nicotine and can prematurely age your lungs to those of a 70-year-old. Don't get lost in the fog. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Bigelow responds in a big way. Newmeyer finds Tipton. It's 20-8 after one possession in the second half. ARCare is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS Sports. The ARCare network of medical clinics and pharmacies helps to keep you in the game, playing your best. ARCare, so you can live your story.
Well, Bigelow is on to kick as Ryan Hernandez is going to come on. Dennis Gaines back deep, along with Tyrus Reel. As Bigelow leads it 20-8. As Hernandez is going to kick a short kick that'll be taken at the 25-yard line. They give it to Gaines on a flip back, and he'll take it down to the 29-yard line.
They won't kick it to Gaines, so EPC does the next best thing. You take it. Give it to Gaines.
Well, it was actually probably smart because his momentum was taking him back towards the end zone, and so they flip it back to him. And so now EPC, can they build off the momentum that they had after the end of the first half?
Newmeyer now 9 of 17, 170 yards and 3 touchdowns. The 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers. Hit Ryan Hobbs for 46 in the first quarter, Platt for 55 in the first quarter. Now in the third quarter, it's Tipton. 3 different touchdowns to 3 different receivers.
And for Newmeyer, that's that last touchdown was touchdown number 30 that he's thrown this year. Well, 3 wide in the formation. As EPC is going to look to throw, and Argo's got it out to Tyrus Reel, and Reel's going to be taken down at the 32-yard line.
I got to say, I was very impressed with Argo late in the first half. Some of the throws that he made, he showed a different side of himself, and that's what they're going to need in the second half, because Bigelow has shown they have the ability to stop the run. They need Argo to throw it to loosen up this defense.
Argo going to run with it this time as he'll work right side. Stays on his feet, and he'll get past the 35 and be taken down to the 37-yard line.
Gaines gets a lot of attention, but if they want to win a state championship, they need Argo to step up in a big way, loosen up this Bigelow defense. I'm not saying you ignore Gaines. He's too good to ignore. You can get him involved here in a minute once you loosen up this defense.
It's 3rd down and 2 with the ball at the 37. They give it to Gaines this time. Spin move up the middle of the field, stays on his feet. Out past the 50, what a run by Dennis Gaines.
Best run of the game for Gaines right there. He was going to get the first down, but he kept his feet moving. Once he gets in the hole, spinning, breaking tackles. Look at it, keeps the feet moving, running backwards, falls backwards, which is forward. Huge gain for Gaines.
1st and 10 as they're in Bigelow territory. They give it to Gaines again, cut back in the middle of the field. Gaines will pick up a couple yards on the play to bring up 2nd down.
It all starts with the Bigelow defensive line. They're winning the line of scrimmage. Dawson McCollum. How many times have I called his name from the defensive line spot? He gets in there, disrupts the play. Not a great running lane for Gaines. He has to stop and cut back. Anytime you lose your momentum like that as a running back, that's just giving the Bigelow defense a chance to come in there and make the tackle.
2nd down and 8. As Argo's in the shotgun, he's going to keep it himself. Works left side, has a nice running lane as he gets past the 40-yard line. Stays on his feet down to the 35. Another 1st down for EPC, and you can see a rejuvenated offense. That momentum from the first half is really playing into this drive.
The block that sprung that run was from Dennis Gaines. Gaines came in, took out the linebacker, and that allowed Argo to get the 1st down.
To give it to Gaines, right side, as he'll take it down to the 30. He's running a little bit different than he did there in the first.
Sense of urgency. You're down 20-8 in the state championship game. If you don't have a sense of urgency, you're never going to have it. And you're seeing that out of him. 5 yards there. That was hard running.
2nd down and 5. Argo going to keep it himself. Straight up the middle, has nowhere to go. May have gotten a yard on the play.
The time Jaden Dunlap just shuck off the block from Gaines and made the tackle. Gaines got him a few minutes ago. That time Dunlap got Gaines, was able to make the tackle.
The officials are going to say that he got back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd down and 5 from the 30. Argo going to look to throw, under pressure, throws it across the middle, incomplete, and he took a big hit that time, as coming in was Martell Macon from his blind side.
Macon hammered him. He came in, never saw him until the last second, had to unload it, wasn't sure if Tyler Moore was open or not. Probably best he threw it a little high and got rid of it. Moore was covered. It would have taken a perfect throw, but if he's off a little bit on that throw, it could have been picked off.
So it's 4th down and 5. 3 wide receivers on the near side. Argo going to look to throw. He'll roll. Throws across as he's got a man. He fumbled it into the hands of Bigelow. Coming up with it was Jaden Dunlap. And he'll take it out to the 37-yard line, a turnover.
It was a great route. Tyrus Reel found the open spot. Little pump fake, helps get him open, delivers the pass, and then the big hit. I think that was Martell Macon with the hit. Jars it loose, pops right up in the air, right there, scoops it up with one hand. And Dunlap, we saw him running the ball a few minutes ago. He's a running back. He took it, and he wanted to go the other way with it all the way. He takes it back to the 36-yard line.
Right place, right time. He said, look what I found.
But when he swarmed to the ball like that, that's what happens. And that's what Bigelow does. They swarm to the ball, try to get as many hats as possible to the ball carrier. And when there's a ball loose, you should have plenty of guys there to pick it up.
Carter Alexander running it, gets it past the 40 to the 41.
I think that was Gaines that tripped him up. If Gaines doesn't trip him up, it's not a 4-yard gain. It's probably a 1st down and more.
So it brings up a 2nd down and 6 from the 41-yard line.
Gaines led them in tackles all season long. He also led them in tackles in the first half of 4. Give him another one. See, Bigelow's doing the same thing again. McHouston dropping back at safety. They see that. Well, we'll just run it.
Hand it to Carter Alexander. He'll stretch it left side. Able to break one tackle. He'll get it all the way out to the 45-yard line.
That was tough running right there from Carter Alexander. Alexander, I thought he was going to take it all the way to the sideline. He breaks it back, takes on the hit, lowers his shoulder, keeps pushing forward. Almost got the 1st down. Going to bring in Dunlap now, the bigger back on 3rd and 2.
They'll work it from the far hash mark. Plenty of time on the play clock as we're down to 25 seconds. Clock rolling at 4:33 and counting. Newmeyer gives it to Dunlap, straight up the middle, fighting off defenders, picks up a yard. It's not enough for the 1st down. That'll bring up 4th down and 1.
Now this is interesting. What do you do here? You punt, put it back deep. Your kicker, your punter is Newmeyer. He's hit in the backfield by Michael Collins, keeps moving his feet, dragging guys, picks up a yard and a half, and he probably shouldn't have had any. He probably should have lost a yard.
Well, Newmeyer just went to the sidelines as they're going to bring in a big formation. Carter Alexander is going to receive the snap. He'll take it left side, gets the 1st down.
That's their version of the Wildcat. You know what? Take out the quarterback. They didn't want to run Newmeyer. Just snap it to your running back. He's got big Dunlap there to be his lead blocker. He just follows Dunlap right there. 0 goes in right behind him, picks up the 1st down.
Call it the Wild Panther in Bigelow.
I call that a 1st down.
So it's 1st and 10 with the ball at the 48-yard line.
And by running the ball, they're running the clock.
Yeah.
Don't forget, they're winning this game. They're up 20-8, and this clock is ticking quickly in the third quarter.
Newmeyer takes the snap, going to hand it off once again as they make it into EPC territory. Running the football that time for Bigelow was Easton Platt.
First time we've seen Platt running the ball. We've seen a steady dose of Carter Alexander and Jaden Dunlap. Let them catch their breath and let Platt run it.
So that brings up 2nd down and 5 after the 5-yard run by Platt. And Bigelow's going to line up 2 wide to the near side. Ball sweep goes left side to Platt. He has nowhere to go, trying to fight off EPC players, and that'll be a loss on the play.
Michael Collins broke through, met him in the backfield. He was able to get past Collins, but that allowed Buchanan to get in there and make the tackle.
That'll make it 3rd down and 10 now for Bigelow with the ball at the 48-yard line.
EPC starting to break through, get some penetration, get a negative play. They're coming on that run blitz, and that's making it a little tougher for Bigelow to run the ball.
Carter Alexander lines back up in the backfield as you've got a 3rd down and 10. Newmeyer going to look to throw, going left side, in and out of the hands of his intended target, trying to hook up with Bennett Wilson that time.
And Bennett Wilson, a little double move, fake coming in, then broke out, kind of threw a little back shoulder, looking like he was going to go back shoulder, led him just enough. Cornerback had his head turned, never saw the ball. It was a good throw. The cornerback may have accidentally got a hand in there.
Newmeyer's going to be the punter for Bigelow, as Reel will set back at the 20-yard line. Kick is going to come up, be caught at the 25. Reel, spin move, and he'll be taken down at the 36, and that's where EPC will start their second drive here in the second half with 1:41 to play in the third quarter.
I love the aggressiveness from Reel to run up and catch that ball. It irritates me as a fan to watch the ball bounce and roll and roll and roll, and you lose all this field position. He was aggressive, ran up, caught it full speed ahead, and then was able to pick up some more yards. That was a good play from Reel.
Cooper Argo, the quarterback's got 3 wide receivers set to the near side as Dennis Gaines comes in motion. Argo going to keep it himself as he'll take it all the way out to the 45-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, the defense sees Gaines coming in motion. You're thinking Gaines is going to get it on that sprint sweep, and Argo keeps it and cuts it back up and catches the defense right there, keeping their eyes on Gaines.
2nd down and 1. Argo gives it on an inside handoff. This time gives it over out to Buchanan, and he'll pick up the first down and much more as he gets into Bigelow territory down to the 44-yard line.
Once again, they used Gaines as a decoy. They fake their throw to Gaines and then come back on the backside and get it to the receiver coming in motion for the first down.
1st and 10, Argo, one to run with it, has nowhere to go, got swarmed under back at the 45. It's a 1-yard loss.
I'm not sure who made that play on the outside. It may have been Carter Alexander, but he was on the top side and he kept that outside wall. You don't want to lose containment there, and did a fantastic job of keeping them from bouncing it outside. That was Carter Alexander. Just a fantastic play.
The 2nd down attempt by Argo, throws to Dennis Gaines left side, and he gets swarmed under. Picks up a yard on the play, and that's 3rd down and 9 now.
Great open field tackle that time from Bigelow. That was Martell Macon that wraps up Gaines by the legs. Gaines in space can be scary, but Macon did a great job that time of making an open field tackle. We're going to have a timeout.
It's the end of the third quarter.
Well, we've made it through 3 quarters of play in the 2A state championship game as Bigelow. They lead 20-8, and you're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Action. Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC.
I think you need to work on your line better.
How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Edward Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. But look, everybody!
Sports is so important to this state and the fabric of the state, and I appreciate Arkansas PBS doing all the state title games, and that makes it available for not just the fans in Central Arkansas, South Arkansas, but fans around the entire state. I can only think of the kids in small towns, and this is the biggest moment maybe in their sports careers, and they have that keepsake of having that game on TV to have with them the rest of their lives.
Getting ready for fourth quarter action. Bigelow leads 20-8. Here's how we got here. Second play of the game, and it's Bigelow. Easton Platt with the interception. They turn that into points when Ryan Hobbs goes 46 yards, catching the Rhett Newmeyer pass at 7-0. Later in the first, Easton Platt, we saw him on defense. Now we see him on offense, 55 yards for the score, 13-0 Bigelow. Bigelow was looking for more when Omar McHouston comes up with the big interception, keeps Bigelow off the scoreboard. And right before the end of the first half, Dennis Gaines with the 26-yard touchdown pass catch from Cooper Argo. But Bigelow scores in the third quarter. Brant Tipton, 22 yards to make it 20-8, and that's where we are as we start the fourth quarter.
Well, we start the fourth, and it's 20-8. I just got a text from a friend of mine, Chief J.P. Jordan, who's the fire chief over at Bryant, but his dad, John Jordan, created the football program at Bigelow in 1992, and they're watching the broadcast right now as he's watching this Bigelow team with a 20-8 lead right now.
All the emotions that he's going through right now.
So here's a big pass from EPC as Argo throws it downfield to the 5-yard line, and it's incomplete. No flags down, and that is going to bring up fourth down now for EPC.
Little contact. It was kind of incidental contact, at least in the opinion of the referees. I'm sure those down here and those watching pulling for EPC, they didn't feel like it was incidental. 4,358 people here for the 2A state championship game.
And that's really good because, I mean, I don't remember years past when the 2A game came out, but this is a really good crowd today for a midday game on a Friday. Here's Argo looking to throw. Had a man in and out of his hands on fourth down, and it's a turnover on downs as Bigelow is going to get the ball back.
Yeah, Argo was rolling out. He had a receiver open, kind of open, but he wasn't going to get the first down, so he checked off of him, threw it to the other receiver that was breaking back, but if he catches it, he wasn't going to have the first down either. Honestly, those were two bad routes that weren't going to pick up the first down. They weren't deep enough to pick up a first down. They would have had to catch it, break a tackle to pick up the first down. And the deep route was covered, so there just wasn't much of an option. If Argo would have tucked it and run, there were so many Bigelow Panthers back there in coverage watching him. It would have been difficult for him to pick up the first down.
First and 10. The ball at the 43-yard line. Carter takes the handoff, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
It's so contrasting, the difference in the EPC defense from first quarter to now. When we started this game, it was zero coverage, man-to-man, no safeties. Now the safety, Omar McHouston, he was 15 yards. That was the deepest I've seen him play. They must have thought that Bigelow was going to go for it here. They wanted, you know, sometimes after a turnover on downs or a turnover, you go for that deep play. He was very deep.
They faked the handoff to Carter. Now swing it left side. Nice one-handed catch that time by Bigelow, is coming up with the reception that time.
Platt.
It was Platt, and he went up with one hand to pull that thing in.
And look at this catch. Overthrows him a little bit, goes up with that right hand, brings it in. We've seen Platt with the interception. We've seen Platt with the touchdown. And Platt running off the field right now. He got a little dinged up on that play, but Platt's come up big for them several times. Not a huge play, only picked up 2 yards, but.
Timeout, East Poinsett County. They're challenging the ruling on the field of the runner being down.
So we got our first challenge of the state championship weekend.
Okay, with the naked eye, I thought they had it right. We'll take a look at the replay, but I didn't see anything. But you know what? This happened right in front of the EPC bench, so they had a great view of this. All right, Platt makes the catch. He's got it. Knees down, ball's out.
Yeah, I think.
Unless he was from another angle, if the ball's loose and he's fumbling it before the knee touches, this will be a great angle. No, he's down.
He's down. Yeah, I mean, at this point, being in the fourth quarter, you see the ball pop out like that. Let's go down to Tyler Cash real quick. Cash was down there to take a look. Tyler, what'd you see?
Yeah, like you guys said, it was right in front of that EPC bench, and it looked like they got the call on the field right. You didn't see the EPC coaches jumping and pointing right away like you thought they would, so I don't know if they got radio down saying, hey, challenge it, or just maybe thought, hey, we need some kind of momentum swing, might as well give it a look. But live, I don't think anyone really thought it was a fumble, but hey, we'll see what they see upstairs.
The ruling on the field of the runner being down is confirmed. Third down.
Yeah, and look, at this point in the ball game, Wes, you see the ball pop out. You got 10:44 remaining. Worth taking a shot just to look at it. You're down 20-8. Why not just take a look at it?
And it also stops the clock. Yeah. They're getting to the point to where time is going to be an issue. And if nothing else, on 3rd and 8, it stopped the clock, and they use it as a timeout just to prevent another, 25, 30 seconds running off the clock.
So EPC is charged a timeout. They've got 2 remaining. As Bigelow's going to line up 3 wide to the right side. It's 3rd down and 8. As Newman gonna look to throw, and it'll be a loss on the play to bring up 4th down.
EPC's played so much man-to-man coverage, you think this is going to be open, but that corner out there just stayed home, and he was able to come up and make the tackle. I'm sure they were thinking he was going to run with that wide receiver down the field, and the flat would be wide open, but the corner stayed home, there to make the easy tackle.
So it's 4th down and 11 as they do the quick kick, and it's a good kick that goes all the way down just outside the 20. Let's see where they're going to walk it up to. They're going to walk it all the way up to the 27-yard line.
Newmeyer did a great job of getting the kick off. I mean, because they brought pressure, and they've gotten kind of close a couple of times. A block punt there would have been huge, but Newmeyer just kind of sidestepped, angled his kick so that it would not be blocked. So give Newmeyer a little credit there for just getting that punt off.
We want to thank the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. As if you are a member of the cooperatives and ever need some help, call or go online to aecc.com, and they are supporting student athletes all over the state of Arkansas. Well, it's 1st down and 10 as they'll go with an inside handoff for a 2-yard gain.
After the last fumble for EPC, Gaines, I was watching him. He came over to the bench and was pleading with the coaches. Obviously, I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I had a feeling he was saying, please, give me the ball. Get me the ball. I can carry us. I'll take us. Give me a chance.
2nd down as they go with a pass play. Left side into the hands of McCuston, and McCuston's going to take it very near the 1st down. It'll keep the clock moving as they're going to say it's a 1st down now.
Great tackle, Bennett Wilson. Look, he's in man-to-man coverage. If he doesn't make that tackle, McCuston takes it to the house. He's got no help there. That was a great open field tackle. I don't think Dunlap would have been there in time if he breaks that tackle. I think he outruns Dunlap to the end zone.
1st and 10, they hand it off straight ahead. And Dennis Gaines is going to be able to take it in for 2 yards and to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Dawson McCollum has played a heck of a game.
Called his name a lot tonight.
From the defensive line spot. The defensive lineman making tackle. Look at him, breaks free right there. Gets off the tackle, gets into the backfield, stops Gaines for a small gain.
Second down and 8. It's a reverse on the inside. This time they give it over to Buchanan, and Buchanan's going to pick up a first down as he'll take it very near the 50-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 48.
Fake it to Gaines. Everybody's looking at Gaines. Nope, Gaines doesn't have it. They came back the other way. That's the second time we've seen Buchanan run that play, and both times he's picked up first downs.
1st and 10 from the EPC 48-yard line. Handoff to Gaines once again, and he has nowhere to go. May have gotten a yard on the play.
Silas back in action. We've been calling Dawson out a lot. That time it was Silas making the tackle. The defensive line, that's been the story for Bigelow defensively.
So now they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd down and 10. Argo going to look to throw, has a man wide open left side. That time it's McHouston who's able to get another first down just in open space, short passing, let the receiver do the work.
Bennett Wilson's playing soft. I get it. There's no reason to give up the big play right here. He's given him a huge cushion. Simple pitch and catch. McHouston picks up the first down. That's there if they want to take that.
Argo going to hand it off to Dennis Gaines. Gaines works right side, and he'll get about 4 yards on the play to bring up 2nd down.
Both teams being very patient here. Bigelow can be patient. You know, they're playing, like I said, soft coverage, saying, hey, if you want to run it, we're going to try to stop the run, but that clock's going to run. The EPC's being patient too.
Houston on the motion, and now Argo's going to run it straight up the middle, and they'll be able to get about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play.
Helmet came off of one of the offensive linemen. That's why they blew their whistles. That wasn't a lineman. That was Argo. Argo lost his helmet. He has to come out of the game.
Yeah, and so now you've got a 3rd down and 2 without your quarterback.
Looks like Tyrus Reel is going to play quarterback for him right here. Think Gaines will get this?
I would venture to say that's probably a good guess. Reel's in the shotgun. Going to hand it to Gaines. Gaines straight up the middle. And he's got enough for the first downs. He takes it to the 30-yard line.
Argo coming back in. Sat out the one play after losing his helmet. Reel goes back to his wide receiver position.
I love Reel, though. He just nonchalantly goes, okay, he's out. I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to be the backup quarterback for a minute.
Sure, it's not the first time he's come in and played a little backup quarterback this year.
Now Argo's going to look to throw. Going big ball. End zone, has a man. In and out of his hands. Did he hold on? Yes, touchdown.
Omar McHouston. We've seen the same route from him with a lot of cushion. Well, they fake it that time. And the corner bit, double move, wide open. He's open by 5 yards. Argo with the throw on the money. The hardest part of that was looking back into the sun.
Yeah.
Houston staring back in the sun trying to catch that ball, brings it in, and there's life on the EPC sideline and in the stands again.
Well, EPC, the first time they attempted a 2-point conversion, they got it. Now Dennis Gaines is going to take the snap, and we've got whistles.
The result of the last play is a touchdown. The previous play is under review.
Wow, they came in there at the right before the snap, and so now but just so folks at home are clear, we saw the review from the EPC sideline, but on a scoring play, the booth can buzz down and challenge a score to look at it again and make sure he got down. He bobbled the play as he was in the back of the end zone, and so now we'll see what the officials see. He was on the TV.
He was close to the back of the end zone, so that would be the only thing. I thought he pulled it in and caught it, but could he have been out of bounds out of the back of the end zone when he finally had possession of it?
You know, our crew's going to try to get that replay, and here it is. So he bobbled it right there, and you just can't see if he had
the ball from that angle. That's a bad angle.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Well, listen to that EPC crowd, boy. You think that they weren't on the edge of their seat going, oh boy. So now EPC is going to attempt the 2-point conversion. They tried one earlier and got it. And here's the thing, if you get it, it's a 4-point game.
Well, no, this is huge. If they don't get it, it's a 6-point game. I haven't seen on their stats that they've kicked any extra point all year.
No.
So if they happen to get the ball back and score again and don't get this, it's a tie game. The next 2-point conversion could be for the lead.
So Argo's going to be in at quarterback. He'll roll right. We've got a penalty flag down. They throw it, and it's going to be incomplete, but hold everything as there's a penalty flag down at the 12-yard line.
It's in the back there. That may be an alignment issue for EPC.
Illegal formation on the offense. That penalty is a decline. Result of the play is no good.
So you've got a 6-point game with 6:28 to play here in the ball game as Bigelow leads it 20-14.
And that's why it's so huge. I mean, right now it's a 6-point game. If they happen to score and tie it up, that next 2-point conversion could be huge.
Well, they're going to take a media timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The commitment it takes to be a winner on the field is the same as the commitment Centennial shows its customers. Patience, perseverance, commitment, and resilience are key ingredients for success, both on and off the field. Whether you're cheering on your home team or needing encouragement starting a new business, let Centennial Bank help you make plans for your future. Centennial, for all of life's moments. Member FDIC.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car, to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Conway Regional Health System is proud to support, spotlight, and celebrate Arkansas student athletes in Arkansas PBS Sports. Since 1921, Conway Regional Health System has provided complete health care services to the growing communities of North Central Arkansas. For more information, visit conwayregional.org.
All right, this is going to be big. EPC, you know, the onside kick, they tried it once, and Bigelow fielded it cleanly. I think EPC does this a lot, so this is a big play for Bigelow. If they recover it, they're going to have great field position. They've got the hands team out there. I see a lot of their wide receivers and running backs up there close to within about 10 to 20 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Here's the onside kick. It's off the hands of a Bigelow player. Who's going to come up with it? They're going to say it is Bigelow football.
Tipton does it again. Tipton has had several big plays in this game. Of course, he had the touchdown reception in the third quarter. Bounced off the initial Bigelow player. Massive bodies. I couldn't see who it bounced off of, but Tipton recovered it, and Bigelow can breathe a sigh of relief.
Wait, if you're Bigelow, you see it bounce off that first player, you're like, oh boy.
That was Carter Alexander.
Yeah.
Running back. Just bounced off of his hands. That was a tough one to field.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line for Bigelow.
Carter Alexander can make up for it here. He's going to get an opportunity. Look, EPC's bringing them back in the box. If they want to throw it, they've got an opportunity.
Working the ball right side, and with the football that time, it's Ryan Hobbs, and Hobbs had nowhere to go. He's going to lose 2 yards on the play.
Bigelow tried a little something different there. They knew the box was going to be stacked. He wanted to pitch it to Alexander, but EPC had the pitch defended. If he'd have pitched it, it could have been knocked away, and I think it would have been a backwards pitch at that angle. So it was smart for him not to pitch it out.
2-yard loss, but it keeps the clock rolling as we're down to 4:45.
I think they can take a shot here. There is nobody deep. They got 3 bunched.
Newmeyer going to look to throw. Has a man, crossing pattern. That time it's Bennett Wilson, and Wilson's going to run out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
there's so many really good receivers on this team. It's hard for EPC to cover all of them, and that time Newmeyer had time to throw. He was looking, and it had plenty of time for the crossing route to come all the way across and deliver that. That was a good pass, led him with it, picked up the first down.
So it's 1st and 10 as they'll spot the ball at the 28-yard line. Newmeyer gonna give it to Carter Alexander. Alexander brings it out to the 25, down to the 24-yard line.
Doug Reel on the tackle for EPC, but not before. They picked up 4 yards, and I think EPC is going to start burning some timeouts. Now we have an injured player.
Yeah, it's
actually got two of the Warriors down on the field. One may be just taking a break. Yeah, he is. He looked at the official and put his hand up and told him, "I'm okay, I'm just resting." And look, most of these guys are going both ways. We're getting late in the game. They're worn out. He just took a seat and took his helmet off, and he looked at him and checked to see if he was okay, and he said he's all right. So just one injured player that they're tending to right now. I cannot see a number.
Yeah,
57 possibly? Is that Blagg, Eli Blagg?
Yeah, I can't quite tell, but
yeah, it is Eli.
Blagg. Looks like they're looking at his ankle right now, but Tyler Cass is down there, and he can kind of see. Tyler, can you get a better look than what we can see?
Yeah, guys, it is number 57 for East Poinsett County, and he went down kind of right away, grabbing the lower leg, the knee, the ankle. They were rolling his ankle around a little bit there. He's being helped off now, really not putting any weight on that leg, though. He's got a guy on either side of him helping him walk off the field. Like you guys said, both these guys are going both ways, offense and defense. And at this point in the season, and they've played so much football on those legs. So you hate to see it in a title game, though.
Thank you, Tyler. 5:33 to play. It's a 2nd down and 6 now for Bigelow.
You think about an injury when you're going two ways. It doesn't just hurt them defensively. When they get the ball back, if he can't get back in there, that's going to hurt them offensively, too.
So the official puts clock into motion.
Bigelow patient. They still got 30 seconds on the play clock. No reason to get in a hurry. I don't think he's signaled in. Yeah, there's the signal. Now they're going to get to work with 20 seconds.
Brett Newmeyer in the shotgun. Carter Alexander set to his left.
Being patient. He's looking at the play clock. Now at 10. I love it. He's milking it. That is a great job.
And give it to Alexander straight ahead as he'll take it down to the 22.
You know, Buchanan came in from his linebacker spot. Got a little penetration and made the tackle. Big 3rd and 4. I gotta think it's 4-down territory for Bigelow. So to me, they're gonna run. I would think they run it here, keep that clock running, and see what if they can pick up a couple yards and may run it again. They're bringing in the big back. Dunlap's in.
With Dunlap, well, you and I were talking about him in the break. He is he's a tank when he runs.
And he's been over there on the sideline, got a little break from playing defense. Lead blocker.
Alexander took the snap, and he's going to get a great run. He's just carrying the pile inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
I did not see Newmeyer come out. That was Alexander with it, the direct snap. He follows Dunlap, gets a little momentum, and then he just keeps those legs turning. Look right there behind Dunlap. And his offense, that was a little H-back in there. Follows those two guys all the way inside the 10. 1st down, clock running.
And they're going to keep Newmeyer on the sidelines with Carter Alexander and Jane Dunlap in the backfield.
Look, they bring in some extra offensive linemen. They're lined up like H-backs. They're just going to get in behind them and put their head down and run.
Alexander hit a wall that time. Got it to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
The EPC loaded up. They said, all right, you got us once. You're not going to get us again.
Down to 3:25 left here in the ball game.
Had a player lose his helmet. He's coming off the field, so they stopped the clock momentarily. Now they'll put the clock back in motion.
Now we've got a time.
EPC is going to call a timeout. Use their second timeout.
East Poinsett County. It's their second of the half.
Yeah, they have to get a stop here. They have to get a stop. If Bigelow scores, they go up by two possession game. So this is important. They want to stop the clock, and they also want to regroup and get a stop.
Well, as they take a break, we will as well. 3:23 to play in the game as Bigelow leads at 20-14. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
This month on Arkansas PBS.
To think that our greed and our industrialization would blink this thing out.
We've got treasures that are haunting and maybe haunted.
I was terrified of this chair.
This is a good photograph of Lizzie Borden.
It was a cultural and musical phenomenon that pulsed through the nation's dance clubs. But not everyone was a fan.
Only on Arkansas PBS.
Join us at the Little Rock Zoo for our 3rd annual Glow Wild and our theme, Once in a Lifetime. November 16th through January 7th from 5 to 9 each night. This year with 3 themed areas and over 40 new lanterns. For more information for public and zoo member tickets, visit littlerockzoo.com/extra-fun/go wild.
I was telling Bobby Swafford I actually went to Glow Wild the other night. A lot of fun. You got kids, you're going to really want to go and check it out. Here's Carter Alexander. Works it right side, takes it past the 5, down to the 4-yard line.
Went backside that time. EPC loaded up on one side, and they said, all right, we'll just take it to the other side.
Now EPC is going to call another timeout.
East Point County.
It's their final timeout.
Final timeout of the half.
Southern Loft is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports and our Arkansas student athletes. They're located at 3155 North College Avenue, Suite 102 in Fayetteville. Southern Loft, a different kind of furniture store. For more information, visit mysouthernloft.com.
Well, we've got 3:11 left in this one, Wes, and then we'll take a little bit of break when this one's over, and then tonight we got a big one. At 6:30, it's the 6A championship game as Greenwood and Little Rock Christian. They're going to battle for the 2nd time this year. The last time they played, it was up at Greenwood, and they're going to do it again right here in the state finals.
It was a heck of a ball game in the first half. In fact, Little Rock Christian scored late in the first half to take a 24-21 lead, and then Greenwood hit a big play, an 80-yard play to take the lead. Still had time on the clock, so Little Rock Christian's like, all right, well, we'll go down and score before the half, but they threw an interception, and Greenwood scored again. And then Greenwood got the ball to start the second half and scored again. That game flipped right there in a 2-minute section. It's going to be fun tonight.
Here is Carter Alexander rolling with a run right side, walks in the end zone, touchdown.
Bigalow caught him. EPC did a little roll that time on the defensive line, maybe hoping they would get Bigalow to jump, and they were in their mid-roll when they snapped the ball. And Carter just took it outside and almost went in untouched. And if you'll take this play from the very beginning, we're getting it right when they snap it. EPC's linemen are rolling on the ground, doing a roll. And a lot of times they'll do this to get the offense to jump.
Bigelow, their first of the half.
Well, and it kind of threw me off for a minute because they were rolling right when the ball was snapped, and Carter Alexander got his touchdown. But yeah, I'm not sure that even if they don't roll it, if it matters. But still, you know.
Well, you can't get any penetration from a defensive lineman when he's rolling on the ground.
Great point. Great point. Either way, Bigelow leads at 26-14. 3:07 to play in this one.
I want to know from the Bigelow coaching staff if they were prepared for that and had seen EPC do that from time to time in a situation like this, and they had coached them up to snap it as soon as they roll.
Yeah.
Or if it was just a little lucky on the snap count and they caught them.
Well, and you know, a lot of times you'll see a defensive line shift, but they're not going to barrel roll over to the.
There it is.
Here's the barrel roll.
I mean, they were just trying to get up out of the barrel roll when they snapped that ball. And you're right. They may have not got, the linemen may have not been able to get out there anyway because they called the outside play, but there was no chance that they could get any penetration to stop it.
Well, it looks like Bigelow is going to go for 2.
Yeah, they're up 12. They want to make it 14.
Newmeyer in the shotgun. He's going to roll right.
He can run it.
Just flips it in the end zone for the touchdown.
Or you can just toss it.
That time Ryan Hobbs gets the 2-point conversion, and they make it a 2-score game.
That's when you know you called a good play. When the quarterback could have jogged in, or he can just flip it in to the receiver.
That's a quarterback that likes to share the love right there. He said, you know what, I'm not going to run this. I'm just going to flip. I'm a quarterback. There it is for the 2-point conversion. It's 28-14, 3:07 to play here in the 2A state championship game.
May have seen Gaines, the UCA commit, running down the line of scrimmage and said, you know what, that guy may be able to outrun me to the corner. Let's not take any chances.
Don't want to show that off. He's going to be a good one at UCA, though.
Two-score game, 3:07 to go. EPC needs a big play. We saw one from McHouston earlier.
Yeah.
They need something else like that. Now, Bigelow, I kind of think, is going to back up a little bit, not worry as much about stopping the run, have a safety back to help. But they need a big play, a chunk play of some kind to get back into this game. And, of course, EPC, they do the onside kick. They're going to have to get a score and get a recovery. That's their only way back into this game.
Here's a kick by Hernandez. That's going to hit down to 25. Going to roll off of Reel, and Reel's going to be taken down at the 19.
You know, sometimes when you see that kick returner bobble it, guys get out of their lane, and all of a sudden you can hit them for a big play. And I saw that, I thought, well, man, this could be a good thing. But give credit to Bigelow and the coverage of Tyrus Reel. No, it was Brandon Tipton. Man, Tipton's made plays. All of Bigelow's guys. I mean, they have gotten plays from Tipton, from Bennett Wilson, from Carter Alexander, Martell Macon. I mean, these guys have made plays all over the field, and I can't leave off Easton Platt. Platt's played a heck of a game, too.
And let's not forget your guy, Silas Sheetstel.
Silas.
As here's a play that's going to carry EPC out to the 29-yard line. And with that play for EPC, it was Omar McHouston.
Omar came into the game, 31 catches for 708 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's had a very good game. McHouston, that's going to put him up. I can't find, there he is. It's going to be his 6th catch of the game, over 100 yards for him now.
Gaines is going to take it on the left side and get about 3 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 7. EPC has no timeouts remaining as the clock rolls at 2:35. Argo going to look to throw. Throws it right side. It's intercepted. Going to be taken by Bigelow's Martell Macon. Macon fumbles it. But right there to pick it up was Dunlap. And Dunlap goes down, and Bigelow gets another turnover.
Hey, Carter Alexander, so aware of the situation. As soon as Dunlap got it, he was yelling at him, pointing at him, go down, go down. And then he went over to Macon and said, dude, you should have gone down. Just no need to run. Just go down. Dunlap was telling him too. Dunlap was saying, go down, go down. Thankfully, he came back to the play and was trying to help block. But look, that time Argo underthrows the ball because he's under pressure. He got smacked when he hit it. Once again, Bigelow's defense putting pressure on Argo. They have been the difference in this game. Bigelow's defense, their offense has been great. It got a lot of attention coming into this game.
It's their 2nd of the half.
Explosive playmakers. Newmeyer, good quarterback. Alexander, 1,000-yard rusher. I'll tell you what, their defense was very impressive today. And you said it earlier, 4th best defense statistically in 2A.
I mean, and they've proven that. They came into this game only giving up 14 points a game.
Well, how many have they given up
today? They've given up 14 points a game. I mean, you know, and I think the more impressive thing about this Bigelow team is that what we talked about in the pregame. This was a team in 2019 that did not win a game. And
so when these kids were 8th graders,
yeah,
they didn't win a game.
They did not win a game.
They didn't go to a high school game where they left that stadium celebrating a victory.
And Luke Starks in his 5th year has turned this team around since 2019. They are 32-4 since 2019.
That's a heck of a run.
It is.
It's a lot of wins.
And they are 2 minutes and 20 seconds from a state championship.
Yeah, they're one first down away from taking a knee, although they're already getting into that kind of victory formation.
Newmeyer is going to put his knee on the ground, and the clock's going to roll.
Newmeyer takes a knee for the Panthers.
And here's the thing for East Poinsett County. You know, I mean, this is a team that's made it to the semifinals the last 2 years. They finally punched their ticket to the state championship game. And look, they left it up. It's just, you know, you run into a game where, you know, you get beat by a better team. Bigelow has been a better team in this one.
And we need to get a cameraman on Luke Starks over there on that Bigelow sideline. I got to think the Gatorade Bash should be coming here pretty soon.
Newmeyer takes the snap, puts the knee on the ground, down to 1:30. You got to think, though, this is the first state championship in Bigelow history, and
football history.
Football history, yes, correct. Glad you said that. But this has been a football program that's only been around since 1992.
Well, we talked to Coach Starks, and we just had a good look at him. Very proud of the community, this team. He said he's been relying a lot on his assistant coaches this week. He's been relying on some of those assistant coaches that played in state titles in baseball, basketball, to just get a feel of what to expect this week. And he's been relying on the community, and he was so proud and happy of this community. We've sent our photographers and reporters, Fearless Friday, to Bigelow, I think 3 times this year. And on the highlights, you can just see the stands packed, people lining the sidelines, just all around the stadium supporting this team. And all you have to do is look over at that Bigelow side of the stands and see how many people are sitting over there. That does not look like a 2A crowd. RJ, it looks like a 4A crowd. And look, we're going to get attendance figures for all these games, and this is going to compare.
It's their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
This will compare very favorably with some of these other games coming from larger schools and larger towns.
Especially the 3A game and possibly even the 4A game. I mean, and look, EPC's got a good crowd that came. They made the long drive down here. But it's impressive how the entire community of Bigelow has shown up for this one, and they're 14 seconds away from winning their first football state championship.
Are there Gatorade cans over there?
I don't see any. Like I was looking, I see the automatic water jugs sitting over there.
I see there's a group of football players over there. They're all kind of like they're hiding something. Now look at Coach Starks. He's looking behind him now.
There's 2.
Oh, there's a game. It's right there. You can see it on our shot. They're getting it ready. Okay.
Starks is looking for it. And here it comes. He knew it was coming. So it's 4th down and 26.
He's trying to catch his breath.
I don't know what the temperature is right now, but it's still probably pretty chilly to get that Gatorade bath. 14 seconds left on the game clock. Gonna put a punt into it, as coming up with it was Cooper Argo, and Argo's gonna go out of bounds with 6 seconds remaining. And EPC will have enough time for about one more play.
You know, EPC had the huge drive before the end of the half. They cut it to a 1-score game, 13-8 at the half. It was a half that you felt like Bigelow dominated, but somehow EPC was within 5 at the half and had all the momentum going into the locker room. We heard from Coach Starks at the half. He wasn't happy. Usually the coach that's leading at the half was in a better mood, but he knew they had just squandered away a great opportunity with a bad second quarter. And Bigelow responded. I mean, he rallied those guys at the half. They came out in the third quarter after receiving the kickoff, marched down the field, scored the touchdown, and look, it's been Bigelow since.
And that's going to do it. Your 2A state champion, the Bigelow Panthers. They win it 28-14 for their first football state championship in school history as both coaches make their way across the field to shake hands and give congratulations. We'll take a timeout. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
People would come from miles around to come to 9th Street just to see what it was like.
I'm saying this was the mecca of entertainment in the South.
I'm gonna blow the roof off of this sucker.
We thought we was on top of the world, man.
Download the PBS video app or watch online.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
When you choose Conway Regional, you're choosing a healthcare partner rooted in your community. With 9 primary care locations in 5 counties, we believe in building lasting relationships centered on trust and personalized care. Let our family care for yours.
Vaping addicts you to nicotine and can prematurely age your lungs to those of a 70-year-old. Don't get lost in the fog. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Give your family a once-in-a-lifetime experience at the Little Rock Zoo, at Arkansas's largest lantern festival. Glow wild at the Little Rock Zoo. After dark, bring your family to a radiant wonderland where imagination sparks. Discover 40 new lighted mystical creatures and returning favorites at Glow Wild, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
Do you have any idea what the book is worth?
Danielle Musselman here, host of Arkansas Treasures, where we share the wacky, weird, and wild collectibles and antiques from around our state and find out what they're worth.
So that adds up to a little bit of money.
Wow. Watch on Arkansas PBS, the PBS app, or on the Arkansas PBS website.
I said I was not going to say wow, but I did anyway.
A real-life mystery in Mulberry Springs.
Who is Sammy the Sloth?
My science teacher is a robot.
You've got to be kidding me. Troublemakers from another planet.
From another planet? We're on the case.
Thank you, Mystery League, for solving this mystery.
During the past year, we've been traversing the natural state with our cinematic drone, from lakes and rivers, waterfalls, scenic byways, mountains, swamps, overlooks, and towering rock formations. This unique documentation of all 4 seasons from all 4 corners of the state with an aerial cinematic perspective will give you, the viewer, an Arkansas adventure like never before, exploring Arkansas from above.
Download the PBS video app or watch online.
I think it's important for Arkansas PBS to have sports because it provides sports on a greater platform to the entire community. And it also gives people in various other communities an opportunity to see other schools and other athletes and to have a greater appreciation for not just their own community, but the sports that are available across the state of Arkansas. There are so many lessons that sports provides, and it's one of the reasons why it's so important to the next generation of athletes coming up.
For students,
It's always more fun to include the arts when you're learning. I mean, just to have expression, to see different forms of entertainment, it always just makes it more fun. And when I heard that my mother was recording different sections that teachers were going to see, I was excited for the students who will get to use it in their classroom.
Arkansas PBS is a place where everyone can see themselves, where everyone can find themselves, where everyone can be a part of something bigger than themselves.
Back here at War Memorial Stadium, 28-14, Bigelow, they defeat East Poinsett County to claim the 2023 2A state championship game. Let's take a look at final stats real quick as Wes, you know, I mean, Bigelow just pretty much controlled this entire game, and you look at the final numbers, they were outgained in total yards.
Well, it was big plays for Bigelow. They hit Hobbs for 46, Platt for 55. Brant Tipton had a 22-yard reception too. So 3 touchdowns from Rhett Newmeyer, who was the MVP of the game. He finished 12 to 21 for 194 yards, 3 touchdowns, had 1 interception. But this was a total team effort. I mean, the receivers, Tipton 6 catches for a touchdown. Platt had a catch for a touchdown. Hobbs a catch for a touchdown. And Bennett Wilson had 3 catches. So, and you can't forget about Carter Alexander. Came in with 1,800 or 1,100 yards rushing. He had 67 yards and really the game-sealing touchdown. Just effort, several great efforts from and that's what makes them a good team. I mean, it's not a one-man show. They've got 4 or 5 good players.
Wes, while they're waiting on Coach Luke Starks, the highlights of this ball game, I mean, we had a bunch of them, didn't we?
Yeah, we got started early. Easton Platt with an interception on the second play of the game, and then there's Ryan Hobbs, 46 yards, and just like that, it's 7-0 Bigelow. Later in the first quarter, Bigelow gets back on the scoreboard. That's Easton Platt going 55 yards, 13-0. Looking for more, Omar McHouston makes the big play into the first half. Let's get Dennis Gaines with the touchdown, but in the third quarter, the big play to Brant Tipton, 22 yards, and then another fumble. That was the 3rd turnover for East Poinsett County. They did get McHouston to make it 20-14, a 1-score game right then. But Bigelow then rides Carter Alexander. Alexander just carrying guys, and he would get the game-sealing touchdown over the corner of the end zone, 28-14. That is your final score.
Now there's the Gatorade bath with the head coach Luke Starks. Let's head down with Tyler Cass now, who's got the winning head coach.
Yeah, Coach, you just said it, a little happier than when we talked to you right before halftime. How big was it for you guys to come out and score on that next possession?
Yeah, absolutely. I apologize for that a little bit. No, you know, we talked about some things at half and you know, just kind of try to be more efficient. We had to establish the run game. I feel like we did that on that opening drive and kind of set the tone a little bit for the second half.
Bigelow Panther football has been a part of your life for a long time. What does it mean to you just to bring the first championship home?
Oh, it's great. You know, not just for me. I mean, it's just for this team and community and everybody involved with everything. It's an awesome deal.
You mentioned the community. I mean, you see probably the entire town of Bigelow out there. How big were they?
Yeah, I think we got half the county here. I'm pretty sure. I'm not really certain on that. But, yeah, great show out, or great turnout for all these guys. And it was great. The kids really loved it, and it really made a difference.
We talked a couple weeks ago, and you mentioned that this group felt special, this year felt special, to send these seniors off as state champions. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's an outstanding group. I mean, not just seniors. I mean, sophomores, juniors, and we had some freshmen move up, you know, just to get to experience something like that. They'll remember it for a long time.
All right, congrats, Coach. Let's go celebrate with the team.
Thank you, Tyler. And as Tyler's going to turn around, he's got the MVP standing right there. Rhett Newmeyer is the MVP of today's title game. Take it away, Tyler.
That's right. Rhett down here now has got the MVP trophy. And man, just to bring home Bigelow's first state title in football, what does that mean to you guys?
Oh, I'm just so thankful for everybody that showed up, everybody that's been there all season for us. I mean, the community, the cheerleaders, I mean, all the fans that just came out in support.
There was, you know, maybe a little bit of angst there at halftime, giving up that touchdown right before, but then coming right out and scoring. Just how big was that for you guys?
Oh, that was a huge momentum shifter there. But, I mean, our defense, they've been great all season. I mean, just giving up 14 points in the state championship game is unbelievable.
Being out here at War Memorial Stadium and getting to line up in victory formation, taking a knee, just what were those emotions like?
Oh, that was great. That was great. I love that.
Obviously, the big trophy is the important one, but getting game MVP, just getting voted on that, what does that mean to you?
Oh, I couldn't do it without any of these guys. The players and the coaches. I mean, all thanks to them.
And then seeing probably all of Bigelow out there in the stands, just how big is them cheering you guys on?
Oh, I love it. I mean, they've been huge this year, just cheering us on, and I mean, they've been at every ball game.
All right, congrats, man. I'll let you go celebrate. Congrats, Bigelow, state champions.
Thank you, Tyler, as Bigelow wins it 28-14. Well, we're going to take a little break, but tonight we got a big one. It's the 6A state championship game between Greenwood and Little Rock Christian. Features the two best quarterbacks in the state of Arkansas, Walker White and Kane Archer.
Definitely the highest recruited quarterbacks.
Yes.
I mean, you know, there's a quarterback up in Fayetteville that thinks he's up there in that conversation, and the Lindsay kid. But I tell you what, the offers have already come in for Walker White, but the offers will just continue to come in. And Greenwood, they're fun to watch. I tell you what, they are, it's like a clinic they put on offensively and defensively. Kind of like Bigelow, they don't get the credit. And Little Rock Christian, I've seen a lot of their games. Walker White is fun to watch. He's got a couple of good wide receivers. He'll take off and run with it. It's going to be a great game. Turnovers. Big prediction, right? Turnovers will decide that game like it does most games. Bigelow won the battle today. They win the state championship.
Well, you and Bobby Swafford will have the call tonight of that 6A title game. But your winners of Class 2A, it's the Bigelow Panthers as they win it 28-14. Until we talk to you tonight, you've been watching the Centennial Bank State Football Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.